Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again and again.
There is a great disturbance in the Force.
I have felt it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to go live. Let's get it going. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys all for being here for MAGGCAST tonight. That's right, I'm wearing the old AI hat tonight. I'm not going to be wearing it for very long because it shadows my beautiful face. Actually, I'm going to take it off right now. Hell with this. There we go. Bald and back in charge, folks. How's everybody doing out there? Listen. Before we get started, okay? First of all, thank you all for 59 people already live in the chat before I even said more than 5 words. And I got to tell you this. Sorry about yesterday. I had a very last-minute thing crop up, and literally, I'm not even joking, 53 minutes before I went live, I had to go deal with something. Now, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was something that needed to happen, okay? So, I just want to get that straight out there right away. So it was just something I had to deal with my previous employment, and it needed to be dealt with. So I had to go deal with that, and I'm like, oh, my God. So I'm literally driving to the place, and I'm putting a post on Twitter, on YouTube, on the channel saying, guys, I can't do the show tonight. And before I left, I had to race on here, and I had to erase the video and the upcoming video and all that jazz. So, yes, it was no problem, no issues, whatever. So don't worry about it. I know some people are like, Mag, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And I even put that in the post. I'm like, guys, I'm fine. I go, everything's fine. I just need to deal with something very important. So, yeah, it's a thing. But anyway, we're here tonight. And Infernal Earth actually mentioned, he goes, everybody's live tonight. But you know what? The only one that you have to worry about that's live right now is us. You know why? Because you're the best. You're the best. I love pointing at the camera and it gets all fuzzy. Watch this. There you go. And then you see them focus on my little fingers. Well, they're big fingers, but you know what I'm talking about. The police report, Seth Monsters? That's right. Yeah. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, we started off the show with a bang already, and we have got a donation already. It's a $2 super chat from Craig Harris. Let's go, Craig Harris. Way to start off MAGGCAST with a bang. Thank you so much, Craig Harris. And for $2, he says, don't squeeze the Sharma. That's what I'm talking about. There we go, little Sharma in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you guys, and I wasn't kidding before, okay? I have some new sounds on the soundboard for tonight, and I can't wait. I can't wait to let them out. But I can't just let them out for no reason. There has to be a reason. You know what I'm saying? There has to be a reason. So when that reason pops up, you will hear the new soundboard. I mean, I have like the other sounds that I've always had there or whatever, but I added 2 of them, and I had them custom made, okay? Asha's coming for all of us, is she? Well, maybe it's time to unleash the new sound.
Asha Sharma wins. Fatality.
Yeah! Let's go! Oh, there it is, folks. There's one of my new sounds right there. Anybody want to hear that once again? So I figured if she's going to be slashing and cutting and stabbing and ripping and shredding, you might as well give her a little Mortal Kombat.
Asha Sharma wins. Fatality.
Yeah, there we go. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, if it's got anything to do with Asha Sharma, it's got to do with this guy right here.
Satya Nadella.
There it is, folks. Well, there you go. You got a couple of new sounds on the soundboard. I will be working on some new ones as the weeks go on. So, anyways, how's everybody doing out there? I hope everybody's fine. We got some things to talk about tonight. Oh, by the way, there will be no shenanigans this evening, okay? Like I'm talking about like drinking afterwards and all that kind of jazz. I got to keep it to a regular show, and I'll tell you why. Because I have to go do that school function, okay, where I have to go do the barbecue for the school, like for 400 kids tomorrow. And yeah, that's a situation. So I gotta deal with that, and I'm gonna be my kids are there because it's my kids' school, right? And they're both still in elementary school, and so they do a barbecue every year. So let me tell you what happened. The thing is that they're not allowed to touch the food anymore. So what they used to be able to do is that the teachers would get together at the end of the year. They set up 3 barbecues, and then they do barbecue for the whole school, right? All the students, staff, whatever. Well, now in Ontario, they changed the labor laws where you have to have a authentic, whatever, Canada recognized or Canada-wide recognized food handler certificate, which obviously I have because I've been in the business for 27 years. And I have my food handler certificate, and it expires in 2031, as a matter of fact. So anyways, the point is I was the only one who had one. And so they reached out in a desperate email to like the entire community. And they're like, does anybody have a food handler certificate? Otherwise, we have to cancel the annual school barbecue because we can't cook the food. Yeah, Dallas. Dallas. Dallas LeBeau, ladies and gentlemen, is in the house. What's going on, Dallas LeBeau? The sexiest name on YouTube. I know it's a man, but it doesn't matter. The name rocks, okay? I mean, it sounds like a stripper, okay? I mean, it's such a great name. I love it. It's like, can you imagine that? It's like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. Put your hands together and take out money from your wallets for Dallas LeBeau. Yeah. Show them what you got, Dallas. Show them that tassel move that we like. Anyhow. So they like sent out this email to everybody. I'm not on the email list because I don't want to talk to the teachers. What am I going to talk to them about? But my wife is, right? So what happened is they emailed and she got the email and they're like, we're going to have to cancel our annual barbecue for the kids because no one has a food handler certificate. So I'm like, I got one. And so I got to, now here's the funny part. I can't have anybody help me. The only thing they're allowed to do is they can put the cooked food like on the buns, right? So like, doing hamburgers, hot dogs, all that kind of stuff. So I could do all that stuff. I could do all the cooking and they can handle the already cooked food with gloves on. Those are the rules. So they could do that, but they can't cook the food physically. So I'm like, I can do it. So anyways, I'm doing it. Now here's the thing. I have nobody to help me cook. So I am literally cooking 3 barbecues by myself tomorrow, okay? 3 by myself. They're all going to be lined up. You're the best. I mean, come on, it's me. So yeah, I got to do it by myself for like 400 kids and the staff. So I'm going to be like going back and forth all 3 barbecues. It's going to be pretty wild. So anyways, yeah, I got to be clean and sober, folks. So like no shenanigans, all right? So we're going to have a show. We're going to have a good time. We're going to do what we got to do and all that kind of jazz. And we got 6 pounds. No, not pounds. Excuse me. 6 euros coming in from Creed Super Blaster. That's right. Even though his name is 20 Blaster, but we'll call him the Super Blaster tonight. Thank you so much for the 6 euros, my friend. And he says, don't shoot me. I pre-ordered GTA 6 Ultimate Edition on PS5 and Xbox. Holy crap, dude. That's like $200 and something. You're a maniac. Yeah. Wow. Incredible. Hey, man, listen, man, if that's what you want to do, that's what you're going to do. Yeah, that's what you're going to do. $1,500. I'm not a barbecue unk, okay? I'm an actual chef. Yeah, that's crazy, Creed. Thank you so much for the 6 euros. Appreciate that, brother. And yes, we will be talking about GTA 6 and the pre-orders that are going on. And they actually are going to be going on, if I check my fake watch, in exactly 3 hours and 4 minutes. Let's go. I know, Glynn's are clean and sober, Mag. Yeah, I know. Listen, actually, just so you guys know, okay, the majority of the time I'm actually sober, okay? It's only when I do a show and, we start getting into the pops, as the Canadians would say. It's like, oh, you're drinking a few pops, eh? And then, of course, once on the weekend. But the rest of the time, I'm actually completely sober. So I hope there's not this preconceived notion out there that I'm actually a complete, like, alcoholic or something. I certainly am not. My brother, on the other hand... What's up, Stanley? How you doing? No, I did not respond to any of that stuff. I don't bother with any of that stuff. I just leave it. Well, I just like, to me, like, it could be easy. Like, I could do what Banana Man does and whatever else. I could easily do a show like that because I could tell you one thing. When it comes to insulting people, I am the king. Sorry, I was about to say the F word. It's a little too early. I'm the king of insulting people. I can destroy people and make you want to throw yourself out of a window when I'm done with you. However, to me, it's low-hanging fruit. It's pretty easy. So, like, I just don't bother. I just don't give it the time of day. And the thing is, I just don't give it oxygen. You know what I'm saying? So there's no point in giving it any oxygen. I'm like, nah, whatever. And am I going to say anything? No. Am I going to engage with it? No. That, it is what it's going to be. So... And I know that's kind of unlike. Well, if I was, in my younger days, I would have gone after anybody like a mother effer, right? But nah, these days I'm just like, it ain't worth it, man. Yeah. Oh yes, there you go, Devil Dog. I pre-ordered Galactic Racer. Can't wait for the Maggots to race online. Let's go. We're gonna be doing that day one as well, which is gonna be wild because that day is also the same day that Gears of War E-Day drops. So it's going to be a very busy day that day. I don't even know what day of the week it is, but either way, it's going to be a very busy day and night. One of them is going to have to... I'll probably put Galactic Racer the next day, but Yeah, Desert Cruiser, don't say the F word, F slur challenge impossible. It is impossible. Once I get going, yeah. So if anybody didn't check it out, go check it out. I did a video of Star Wars Galactic Racer made by Fuse Gaming. And if you haven't seen it, go take a look at it. I have exclusive B-roll footage that they sent to me of when I got to play the game myself. And it was pretty cool. So myself and Cold Eastwood got to sit down. We played the game. It was awesome. And yes, Lotus Esprit, smash that like and sub immediately. Thank you. And so, anyways, the thing is, they said to me, they said, okay, well, the embargo's up on June 23rd, and we'll send you footage of, like, whatever. We'll send you B-roll footage. And they sent me 25 minutes of game footage or whatever else that no one, like, you know, that the regular public's not going to be able to get. So they emailed it to me the day before, and I spent hours cutting this thing up and, like, you know, trying to make it, like, interesting because it was kind of boring. Like, the 25 minutes they sent me of Galactic Racer was kind of boring the way they had it set up. And then it actually said, it says, feel free to edit and cut however you like or whatever. So thank you, Infernal Earth. He said it was a great video. So yes, so what I did is I spent hours cutting this thing up into pieces and then putting it back together. And then I talked over it and then just sort of described as much as I possibly could about the game. This is not simply just a racing game, folks. This is much more than that. This is a game that's going to be a little bit. Now, I'm not going to say RPG. That's not really fair. It's not an RPG, but it's got RPG style elements. Like, you get to walk around. I mean, if you saw the video, your character's wandering around. Like, you can go on the planet, you can walk around the area, and you can check out, like, the different people and, like, you know, like the little you know, the garages and stuff where all the pod races and land speeders and all that stuff are. You could talk to characters. There's, you know what I mean? Like, you have, like, dialogues with them. And when you talk to them, it unlocks other dialogue and all kinds of cool stuff. It's really cool, man. And so, like, you could talk to, like, some random, like, alien dude, and then he'll unlock, like, a race for you. Be like, hey, by the way, we're doing a run on whatever, fill in the blank, this planet and this and that. You want to go join in? And then you could go and you could accept it, and then it unlocks different races and things like that. Full customization of character, because, like I said, you could actually see your character walking around in third person, just like an RPG or an action-adventure game sort of thing. So full customization of the character, full customization of the vehicles, and a lot of it is aesthetic. However, there are other things you can unlock during the race. During the races, you get money for it or credits. Galactic credits! Galactic credits!
It is unavoidable.
Yes.
It is.
Oh, Nubian, eh? Nubian. Oh, not bad, Outlander. Sorry, that's my Watto for you guys, okay? You may have won this time, Outlander. You know. Sibalba! So anyhow, you could unlock credits, obviously, when you win races, or I'm assuming, like, you get a podium finish, all that kind of stuff. So you get to upgrade your vehicles with, like, you know, better vents for, like, your pod racer. So, like, you know, you can have, you know, faster speeds, all that kind of stuff. But here's the cool thing. There's also, like, an unlock, an unlock as well. What you can do is that you can actually get in there and you are able to have, like, nefarious things like wrenches that you can, like, throw at another pod racer, like Sebulba did in episode 1, and then, like, the wrench goes into, like, the turbines and whatever, and you could blow up another pod. Or is like a hook wrench kind of thing, and it, like, while you're racing, you go up against it, you can, like, smash up against a dude, and the hook, like, grabs onto their pod, and then you could smash them into into a rock or something. They explode. And, like, so there's nefarious things you could buy as well. So not just, like, upgrades for just you to have, like, better braking, better handling, you know, faster speeds, more boost, like a more, you know, nitrous sort of boost kind of thing. Like I said, there's also nefarious things like those hooks, or you could have, like, a wrench where your character's, like, flying around in a pod on Tatooine, you know, bros behind you, like, you know, Devil Dog is flying up behind me, right? And then I look back and I'm like, oh, there's Devil Dog. And I'm like, I could throw a wrench, and then the wrench will go into his turbine and blow his ass up, and then, like, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you know, like the Star Wars version of Mario Kart kind of thing, right? Instead of blue shells, you know, or banana peels or whatever, I'm, you know, throwing wrenches and blowing people up. So, yeah, that's a whole thing. Yeah, so it's going to be awesome. But, again, that's going to fall right into line with the fact that it comes out the same day as Gears of War E-Day. Now, the thing is, for most Xbox people, well, I would imagine that obviously people are either PC or Xbox are going to be playing Gears of War E-Day. It's not available anywhere else. The good thing is that you can actually play Gears of War E-Day on Game Pass, and then if you're interested and wanted to buy Galactic Racer, well, now you could just buy it because you're not spending that money on, you know, buying Gears of War E-Day. Unless, of course, you're a Gears head and, you know, you're buying, like, the Ultimate Edition or this and that, and, you know, that's awesome. So yeah, what's up, Silver Wolf? How you doing, man? Richard's in the house. By the way, I can't figure this out. I don't know what the hell happened, but my notifications that used to come up right here. You see where my finger's pointing? And I checked it out and I looked it up. I might have to erase it and redo it again. I don't know what happened, but like when super chats or when people like whatever, I get like all these fancy animations would show up, or if anybody does gifted members, a big present shows up on the screen. They all disappeared and the notifications stopped coming in. So they give me like audible notifications for super chats and everything else, and it just stopped. And they're right here. I'm staring at them. Alert box. Right there. It's there, and it's like it's active, and I don't know what the hell happened. So I'm going to have to maybe uninstall it and reinstall it over the weekend, and then hopefully that fixes that. But don't be shy to send a super chat to see if it works, okay? So just wanted to see. But I mean, obviously I get the super chats. They come in the regular chat, right? But it kind of sucks because I enjoyed all the little like animations and stuff, and like your name comes up in lights even to someone who just subscribes to the channel. You know what I mean? So like, you know, it'll be like, I don't know, Xbot 420XXX, you know, just sub to your channel. And like that shows up and it stays up there for 30 seconds. So you get a little bit of, you know, you get a little bit of the spotlight. And you know what I mean? And like all of a sudden it just stopped. And I'm like, what the frig, man? I was like, what did I do? And of course I did nothing. However, I've been having issues with Streamlabs over the last 3 weeks because these, you know, these dingle nuts over here, they did 2 major updates. And as soon as they did those 2 major updates, they screwed everything up. So anyways, it is what it is. Cyber Gunter in this chat, he's saying, buy Gear Z-Day. Yeah, buy it too. We are a pony channel.
Ponies and ponies and ponies and ponies and ponies and ponies and ponies.
Okay. No Talent, how you doing, buddy? Hoping to hear some Halo Inside News. Nothing from the studio outside of, well, we're going to talk about the Xbox Studio thing in a moment. We'll do that. I don't know if you guys want to tackle that first or you want to talk about the Steam Machine. Might as well talk about the Steam Machine first and get it out of the way because, I mean, we do have to talk about it because I have some new thoughts, by the way, since Monday. So we will talk about that. So, yeah. But anyways, I have nothing else beyond that, No Talent. I mean, other than the fact that Halo's coming out in, what, like 3.5 weeks or whatever the hell it is? Yeah, Music 72 is in the house. Here, Music 72, this is for you, buddy. There you go. You got a little bit of Xbox in there, too. Come on. You're going to get a bit of everything. Come on, that's what we do here. Everybody's welcome here. You know how it is. Except for Nintendo people. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love the Nintendo Switch 2. I'll tell you right now. I love the Nintendo Switch 2. It's awesome. And okay, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. The notifications are back. Did you see that? Lotus is free. Just donated $10. There it is. Okay, I get what the hell? Because you guys saw the first 2 super chats that came in did not show up on the screen. I swear to God, I think like the Streamlabs gods are listening to me. Well, let's get into that right now. We've got Lotus is free coming and dropping $10. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat, my friend. And he says, Lotus is free, love you, man. He says, just so everyone understands, the Steam Machine is great value at $10.49 for us in Mexico. The PS5 Pro and Series X are both $15.55. Yeah! Jesus! The Notorious just please us with your lyrical thesis. That is insane, dude. That is crazy. So, okay, so Lotus is free. You don't obviously, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you, brother. And just put it in the regular chat. Okay, just put it in the regular chat. Is that in like $10.49? It's the same price as it is in America, like in the United States? Because I mean, Canada's definitely not. Canada's a shit show when it comes to money. There we go. There's my first swear, ladies and gentlemen, at 21 minutes. You know. Desert Cruiser, $1,000 for $2 indies, for $2 indies. It's kind of true. I mean, I said it on Monday. I know Colt didn't like it, but I'm like, hey, listen, man. I'm like, what do they really have there over than like, you know, a couple of other things and like, I mean, you know, like Slay the Spire 2 and like the fuck, like all the other games I can buy them on console. I can buy them on Xbox. I can buy them on PlayStation. But and the other thing is too. Now I'm gonna say some of the good, and I'll also say some of the bad. Now that we're in the topic, let's talk about the topic. So the Steam Machine, as everybody knows, was announced. Everybody's done videos about it. I don't have to go through all the details. However, I do want to talk about it, the fact that it's gone, that it's between $1,049 and $1,460 in the United States. In Canada, far more egregious and pretty disgusting. I mean, it's ridiculous. It goes anywhere from the baseline one without a goddamn controller is $1,500.
Yeah!
You know what I mean? $1,500 without a controller. Now Colt did specify to me, or he clarified, not specified. He clarified to me that you can use a DualSense or an Xbox controller, of which I have plenty. I think, in total, I got 12 controllers between the two consoles. I got 4 DualSense controllers, and I've got 8 Xbox controllers. And you know what the scary thing is, folks? What's up, Archwar? How you doing, man? You know what the scary thing is? I actually had more. I sold a bag of Xbox controllers on Facebook Marketplace. I'm like, I don't need this shit. They're literally just cluttering up space. So I threw a bunch of controllers in a box, and I'm like 150, or in a bag. I'm like $150, take them all. And some dude like 2 streets down was like, he gets on Facebook Marketplace because, you know, you could do the radius of like how many miles or kilometers depending on which country you're in. And I sold it to him for $150. I mean, what am I going to do with them? And I still got 8 left. So anyways, the point is I could buy the box for $1,500, but for what? But for what? The majority of the stuff that they have on Steam, apart from like some of those, you know, kooky little games that my kids like, for example, like you get those games like Poppy Playtime or whatever, they come out 6 months on Steam before they go to PlayStation or Xbox, right? So they would love those ones. And of course, my kids watch some of these YouTubers, which I don't know how the frig these guys have so many views. They have these like channels where these dudes like they just record footage of like, you know, some silly game from Steam, like don't touch the floor is lava, or some stupid shit like that. And then the dude's face is in the corner and he's just like this, like superimposed, going 122 million views. Like come on, you know what I mean? Like what are we talking about here? Anyways, my kids would love it for that. But let me tell you something. I ain't spending $1,500 for an underpowered machine that my consoles are more powered. My Series X and my PS5 Pro, obviously, are significantly more powerful. I got them right here. And they already got 2 PS5s in the house. You know what I'm saying? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 PS5s in this house, okay? And they got them. I'm like, you got PlayStations. You're good enough, okay? Y'all ain't getting... Now, the thing was, if this was $500, let's say, or even $700... I would hang him on the wall, Hadouken. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. What's up, Boozy the Clown? How you doing, man? I saw you in XNC on Monday. Man, you were pissed. You were pissed off on Monday, man. I was reading your chats. You were freaking out. Do you remember what the topic was? Remind me what the topic was, but I was reading the chat. I'm like, holy shit, Boozy's pissed tonight. I can't remember what the topic was, but it was wild because like every time like when Colt was talking, I'd like look at the chat, right? And I see Boozy the Clown, Boozy the Clown, Boozy the Clown, and I'm just like going, oh man, this man is fired the fuck up right now. Yeah. I can't remember what it was, but it was wild. But anyhow. So the thing is, if it was like between, let's say, $500 and $700 Canadian, okay, even $700 Canadian is not too bad. That's like $500 US for an underpowered machine. I'd be okay with that. I'd be like, you know what? I'll bite the bullet on, I'll bite the bullet on that one. I'll get it. I'll have a Steam machine in the living room, and the kids can fart around with their stupid, the floor is lava games, and occasionally I can get on there if there's like good sales or whatever, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And so like I'm looking at that, and I'm like, I would do that. But now when you start at $1,500, bro, I could go to Nashville, Tennessee for 4 days and get wasted and listen to country music and dance at the Redneck Riviera for 4 days for $1,500 and really enjoy myself and have lifetime memories. That is insane. So I'm sorry. I'm going to hang on to the hardware I have. I'm more than happy with it. I got 2 Xboxes. I actually, you know what's funny? I have a PC that I don't use for gaming that's more powerful than the Steam machine. I don't use it for gaming, folks, because I use it for YouTube because I want to make sure you guys get the best experience, the best visuals, the best everything, the best streaming, no stuttering and all that bullshit. Because when I first started this channel, I tried to do MAGGCAST on a weaker PC and it crashed and I was embarrassed forever. And shout out to Danny Passion. I know he's in the chat out there. I saw him saying hi earlier. And he walked me through. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was sitting on my front porch. I'm not even kidding, guys. I was literally in tears. I was in tears because I'm like, I just ruined my channel. Like, no one's going to come and watch me and whatever. And he walked me through tech. and he said, let's do that. And so he walked me through what I need to buy. So I bought a high-powered PC, whatever. I use it only for that. But I got a Switch 2. I love it. I got 2 Xboxes, a Series S and X, and I'm getting the X25, of course, in November. Oh, speaking of which, so I can confirm that now. So I got the email from Microsoft, and they did say that they will be sending it to me in the second week of November. I'll be receiving my Series X25. And, of course, I got the PlayStation 5 Pro. So I'm happy with the hardware I got. I'm even happy with the hardware that's that may or may not come out next year. We'll talk about that in just a moment, or at least my thoughts and opinions on it. And as a result of that, I'm like, well, I guess Steam Machine, you're shit out of luck because I ain't buying you. Not for that price. That's insane. That is insane. You know what I'm saying? However, before I don't want to completely shit all over this thing completely, because Colt did show me another angle that I didn't actually think about, because in my anger,
There is a great disturbance
You know what I'm saying?
in the Force.
I have felt it.
is that in my anger, in your anger, it seems you killed her. Right? And I'm like, you know what? Colt is right. He's like, there's a lot of people out there. I think it was like 70% of the people out there have PC rigs that are actually less powerful, than the Steam Machine. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. Because I remember using that as an argument point for all these PC Master Race guys. Now, there's guys, on Twitter and people arguing and PC Master, and I'm like, that's fine. You could do all that shit. That's fine. But when you actually sit down and think about it, outside of the hardcore, and I know some people in the chat here are PC guys, and you guys have some pretty serious rigs, right? And I know that. But I bet you, and I said this a long time ago, I said, I bet you a lot of those people on Twitter and YouTube probably have the shittiest PCs you could possibly imagine. And they just use it as an arguing point by piggybacking off the people who have 5090s and whatever else, right? And they're just like, oh, well, I'm going to slide into this group here because that's what I am. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, possibly the greatest name ever. The Black Harry Potter has now subscribed to the channel. Black Harry Potter, your name is in lights. I'll give you a little bit.
Control your emotions. Discipline your mind.
There you go. Thank you, Professor Snape. Thank you, Professor Snape. What'd you say?
Control your emotions. Discipline your mind.
There you go. What a fantastic name, man. Welcome to the channel, and of course, welcome to hell.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Welcome to hell, buddy. All right. So, anyways, I said it, and I said, I bet you these people just use it as an arguing point and just try to slide in with the 5090 folk or whatever, right? Or the 5030, whatever, the other graphics cards, or, people with like $4,000 rigs, and this guy's running a $700 lemon, right? And so I'm like, So now the thing is, what Colt brought that up, and I'm like, for a lot of people who want to upgrade, $1,000 US is actually not that bad. That's actually a really good price to get a more powerful system than what they're running now. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when you think about it in that way, I'm like, that's not bad. Like, if I was a PC gamer and I had a shitty PC, I would buy that. $1,500 Canadian for a PC that's more powerful than what I would have, I would be okay with that. And I'd be like, you know what? I'll buy one. Because then you could, I know you could put a tower anywhere. People are like, oh, you could PC in a living room. I don't need this big fucking thing sitting in the corner, okay, looking like a half refrigerator in the corner. I know the PS5 looks like a giant vagina, but like, it is what it is. But like, I don't want a PC tower in the living room. It's stupid. That's ridiculous. I know some people do. Listen, no offense to anybody who does it. I'm just saying. To me, it just doesn't make sense to me. But a little form factor like box, like that nice little black box, and you can put the different panels on it and shit, and it's got the nice little light at the bottom. I'm down with that. I would do it. But I'm not a PC gamer. I'm a console gamer primarily and only, basically, right? And I will continue to be. Now, the thing is, the more important thing is we're going to have to talk about how this affects the future and the price. Now, somebody, when I did my video the other day about the Steam Machine prices, somebody in the chat, and I wanted to point this out in the comments section, said, word for word, I'll tell you exactly what he said. He said, because I said it'll be a glimpse into what to expect for next generation. And his exact words were, "How the fuck is this piece of shit?" It was full of swear words and everything else, right? And he's like, "How the fuck is this like piece of shit thing a glimpse into the future of hardware or whatever?" And I'm like, "Oh, I think he missed the point." Now, of course, I wasn't nasty about it. I'm like, "Dude, you obviously missed the point." But I just responded to him, and I'm like, "In regards to the price, bro." Like, not the tech. It was in regards to the price. That's what I wanted to talk about. And that's what the next subject is going to be in regards to Steam and how this affects Xbox and PlayStation going forward for 2027 and most likely beyond. However, before we do any of that, we got some super chats to talk about right now, ladies and gentlemen. And we got Ben Angelo dropping a New Zealand $8.99. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Ben Angelo. Appreciate you. I didn't realize you were from New Zealand. I thought you were from the U.S., man. Well, that's awesome. Well, you know what? Thank you for being there. I got to start putting some Australian soundboard stuff and New Zealand soundboard stuff in here. I think it'd be funny. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate you, brother. And said, just purchased the standard edition of GTA 6. 100. Holy fuck me. Yeah! The standard edition of GTA 6 costs 139 New Zealand dollars. The ultimate edition is 179. Yeah! Oh, God, dude. Oh, Ben Angelo. Oh, dude, I feel so bad for you, dude. But you know what? That's not going to be very far off from what I'm paying because I know that Australia, New Zealand, and Canada, our dollars are very similar. So I think I'm going to get screwed right in the ass. So, yeah, it's going to be a whole situation. Jiggery Pokery. First of all, that's a funny name. But what about the honor of giving Gabe money? I know. Hey, he's got to pay for his $70 million house in Florida, okay? So, you know, what do I know? What do I know? I mean, he's got to pay for that. I don't know. He's got to be a criminal somewhere. Anyways, let's go for that. Let's continue on. Thank you, Ben Angelo. Appreciate you, man. And, of course, right after that, we got a $5 super chat coming in from Artie Saxton. Let's go. Thank you so much, Artie Saxton. Appreciate you, man. And for $5 says, I was known... Oh, that's you. I was known as Bethy Spires, but I changed my name to Artie Saxton. Just so you know, Mag, just call me Artie. Bethy was my wife's name. All right, awesome, man. Artie Bethy, all right. Thank you very much, Artie. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the super chat, my friend. Greatly appreciated. Thank you. And right after that, we've got Maverick coming in. He unlocks a rare achievement, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's go. All right, Maverick, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Let's go. Thank you, Maverick. Appreciate you, brother. And says, for $20 US. He says, I feel bad for Steam. Consoles are cheaper and arguably more powerful in many places. Rampocalypse screwed prices, but they can't afford to delay any more on a weaker product. Very, very true. Oh, and he got the Xbox pins. Hey, let's go. Maverick, do you like them? I hope you like them, man. Yes, Maverick, of course, if anybody didn't know, I think it was last week or the week before, I did a little contest to give away for the Xbox commemorative pins. I'll go grab them right now and show to you guys wherever we didn't see them. And he won the trivia question, and of course, Maverick got them, and I delivered them to him. And if anybody wants to know his address, just send me $100, and I will... I can't do that because he has my address, okay? Because I had to put a return address, so, you know. But anyways, I registered a post office box from now on. I'm like, listen, if I send anything out, I can't have my address on there. Like, you know, there are people that falls in the wrong hands, you know what I'm saying? Thank you, Maverick. Appreciate that. Now, that being... Oh, that included tax? Okay, thank you, Ben Angelo. Appreciate that. But still, that's ridiculous. All right, so Maverick got those pins. Let me go grab them for you guys, and I'll show you what they look like. Give me 1 second. Okay, so these are the pins right here. So what I did when I was at Xbox Fan Fest, they gave me these commemorative pins, and there's 5 of them, and the 5 pins are all the different insignias of turd in the mail funky play box. Oh, there you go. Maverick said, hell yeah, dude, they're dope. Okay, so they gave me the pins, and I'm like, listen, do me a favor. Can you give me a second one? What's up, G-Money? You don't want to sit at a desk. Yeah, fair enough, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate the comment. Yes, I agree. T-Rock, how you doing, man? Colin Prime's in the house. How you guys? Glenn, New Zealand is not real. I know, I'm from there. Yeah, but the Shire's there, okay? The Shire's there.
Wakanda! Wakanda!
Okay, Glenn, the Shire is in New Zealand. So anyways, so what I told the lady, she gave me the commemorative pins, and she goes, oh, keep these safe. They're a collector's item, this and that. And I'm like, hey. So I leaned into her, and I'm like, can you give me 2? I'm like, I want to give away one for my channel members. And then she's like, okay. And then she grabbed me another one, and she put it in my bag, and I'm like, all right. So I gave them away, and Maverick won them. So here's what they look like, folks. So I know some of you guys have already seen them. So these are the commemorative pins that Xbox gave me, and Maverick won these. He got them now, so appreciate that. I will do some more giveaways in the near future. Probably starting next week, I'll do another giveaway. And yes, so this is them right here. These are the commemorative pins, and these are, of course, all the different ones that have come out, including the new one by the Terminator herself.
Barsha Sharma wins. Fatality.
There it is. And that's the new insignia down there at the bottom. So, yeah, pretty cool. But this is the only one I got left. Okay, so I got to keep this one for me. But I got other stuff that I will do giveaways for, and I'll do more next week. Absolutely. And we got Glinzer coming in, dropping a $5 super chat. Let's go! Thank you so much, Glinzer. Appreciate you, my friend. And he says, every video game publisher, $80 digital, no used copies, no need to ever have a sale. Future's so bright, we got to wear shades. Thank you, Rockstar. I know. Yeah. I know. They're setting the precedent. Listen, we're going to talk about that in a bit. However, before we do that, we still got to talk about the Steam Machine thing. Thank you guys all for the super chats, man. She wanted you, Meg. Sir C. Julius. No, she definitely didn't. I mean, I am a charming young man, but still. So the thing is, this is what's said. What's up, Geppetto? How you doing, man? So here's the thing. Valve came out with a statement, and I will paraphrase, but Valve said in the statement, they're saying, we had no choice, and we had to parry back power. Okay, this is very important, everybody. I want you to listen to this because I want your thoughts and opinions. Ghost Vader, how you doing? Magnum, how are you? Okay, and this is what he said. He said we had to parry back power and charge more because obviously they had problems with getting they couldn't get the 8 gig sticks of RAM. They had to get the 16 or whatever, or what. I can't remember what they ended up putting in that bloody thing. But anyways, the point is they were talking about how they couldn't get the sticks of RAM and whatever, and they had to parry back power because of the prices. Now, the reason why this is so important to talk about, everybody, is this. Do you think that affects the power? Now, you could say yes or no. I mean, I just want to know. Okay? Do you think this is going to affect the power of next generation? For PlayStation 6, more so Xbox Helix. And the reason why I'm saying more so Xbox Helix is because I think they were planning on putting a very powerful machine out there, right? Whereas PlayStation 6, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what their plans are. I have no idea what they're up to, right? I mean, I even got to talk to Mark Cerny himself. Cool dude.
PlayStation.
Cool dude. Nice guy. He was having a nice little tea, and I was having a bagel. It was in the morning. It was like first thing in the morning. We were having breakfast, and then Mark Cerny was right there. So I got to talk to him, and what is he gonna, he's going to tell Mag what he's doing with the PS6. I just said congratulations on all the hardware and the successful hardware and this and that. And I said I really look forward to your next project with the PS6. And he goes, oh, thank you very much, and whatever, and blah blah. He was a really cool dude. What's up, Golden Sook? Beast Mode's in the house. Johnny, how you doing? Jay Slayer, Phantom Thief, Goku, JC Derico, how you doing, man? He said something important. He goes, I bet those pins will be included in the 25th anniversary console. JC, if they are, okay, how about this? I'll tell you this, guys, right now. If they added those pins in with the 25th anniversary console, I will give them away again. All right? I will give them away again. All right? But I just have to have at least one. So I got just the one right now. But if they gave me another one of these, then I will 100% give it away to the community. I'll give it to you guys without question. So the thing is, I want to know from you guys, do you think that like, for example, let's take Helix, as they were planning on making this, as they quoted from Sarah Bond herself. I know the plan's the plan until it's not the plan or whatever else because they got new people in there. However, they said it was going to be a high-powered, high-end, curated experience, right? So therefore, that being the case, do you think that in order to keep this thing down in price, do you think that Xbox parries back on the power? Now, we've had the infamous email that I read or whatever else, right, from the guy, and he said that they were doing that and it wasn't coming out in 27. Okay, that's one angle. All right, so like that was one thing. I'm like, okay, but when the more you think about it, and you think about what Asha said, okay, or when she said that, literally she said this. She says, from fall 2025 to now, the components are now double the price. And this was the red flag to me. This was the big neon sign that says she ain't launching this shit in 2027, which then falls in line with, you know, that thought process. Is this? She said by the fall of 2027, the components are going to be 5 times the price. If that doesn't scream, I'm not releasing this thing in 2027 because of that, I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? You guys think I'm off base here? You think they just do it anyway and they pare it back in power like the Steam Machine? And that's, like I said, the reason why I'm bringing this up, folks, is only because Valve came out with that statement today saying we had to parry back on power because of the issue with the prices, and they already had they had to get these things out the door. So they had to do something in order to make it somewhat affordable, and it's not really that affordable for a lot of people, let's face it. A lot of people don't have $1,000 US to throw onto a tiny little box, right? Like, people don't have that. I mean, the hardcore do, and a lot of people do, but even the hardcore, I know a lot of hardcore people out there who do not have that kind of money and be like, listen, man, I game 7 days a week, day and night, I play whatever, blah, 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 blah. I can't afford $1,000 console. You know, so we cannot associate everything with hardcore with we have all the money in the world to blow on this shit. We don't. So even the hardcore is going to have an issue, right? So the fact that they did that, and then I'm listening to what Asha's saying, guys, start putting 2 to 2 together here. I know, LFL. How you doing, by the way? Music72. Did I say hi to you yet? But I'm saying hi to you now. Premium experience. Yeah, there you go. So when I start putting 2 and 2 together, when Asha says the components are going to be 5 times the price in fall of 2027, you can go look that shit up. She said it. It's right there in her interview. That is screaming a signal that she's saying, unless something drastically changes between now and, let's say, early 2027, that thing ain't coming out at the power that we're expecting as fans, or it just doesn't come out at all in 2027 and they push it beyond. Because the other thing is too, they don't have the same, like, for example, the components deals that like PlayStation does and all that kind of stuff. Like, PlayStation is a hardware manufacturer. We have to remember that. They also built factories and warehouses to build their own components because they saw the shit coming with the AI basically eating up everything like a horde of locusts. And so they were already preparing for that. Now, on top of that, I think it was Moore's Law is Dead was even talking about that. He's a hardware guy. And he said Sony cannot turn back because they've already made the deal for the components and the chips and all that other shit, right? I'm not a tech guy, but I mean, I know that much, right? And they made the deal on that. The thing is, if you don't produce it, they have to pay a financial penalty. And from what I'm understanding is that the financial penalty will cost more than them not making the console. Like, they have to make the console, basically. So when I'm starting to look at that situation, I'm starting to think, like I said, you could tell me I'm a total asshole. That's fine. Tell me in the chat. Be honest with me. You know how we are here. We all talk straight here. And you say, no, Mag, you're totally off base. And that's totally fine. But what I'm seeing right now is either they may have to pare back on the power of the Xbox Helix in order to make it somewhat affordable, or they just go for broke and say, fuck it, $1,500, here you go. It's powerful, but it's going to be pricey. And then maybe offer like smaller, as I was saying on Monday on XNC, maybe they offer smaller hard drives, right? 512 gig for like $1,100 or something like that. And then $1,300 for 1 terabyte, $1,500, $1,600 for 2 terabyte, bells and whistles, all that kind of shit. So maybe they do that. But the thing is, the way I'm looking at it now, if they're charging $1,500 for an underpowered console coming from Steam that's not even as powerful as a Series X or a PS5, and Helix is going to be significantly more powerful than that, what are they going to charge? I think they're stuck in a rock and a hard place with that situation. Hi, Johnny. How you doing, man? I don't know, man. Deftest Hawk has a good idea. He goes, I hope not. I prefer the option to choose RAM and storage size. That's actually, yeah. See, the storage size I think is going to be part of it, Hawk, because that's what Steam clearly did, right? Or Valve, excuse me. Valve did with their different options in terms of hardware size. So that's going to be very interesting to see. I don't know, man. It's going to be a situation. So I'm just very curious how this is all going to land because, like I said, if Asha herself said the components for them, not everybody, for them specifically is going to cost 5 times the price. Well, I guess it would be for everybody, you know. It would be for everybody. But we don't know what the hell Sony's hoarding in those warehouses. Like I said, I think they started last year. They were building like factories, but warehouses and stuff to house all components because they knew that this was going to happen. And of course, that like I said, they are a hardware manufacturer, so they're able to make those deals better than anybody else. So I don't know. It's going to be a situation. I don't know. T-Rock is saying Xbox is screwed regardless of what they choose. They're in a hole they created. If I was them, I'd be dumping hardware and open that up to third parties like Asus. That may be a thing too, T-Rock. That's a good point. That's a good point. Maybe they go third party. Or maybe Xbox offers this premium experience and says, listen, man, this is the king of kings right here. This is the king of kings. And they unveil it on the stage and the lights go on it and they say, listen, this is awesome. But it's going to be for the hardcore, and it's going to be very expensive. And I can tell you another thing. They're not going to subsidize it. Jiggery. We need Elon to subsidize it. They're not going to subsidize shit anymore. Because in the other interview, Satya Nadella said himself...
Satya Nadella.
You know what I mean? Satya Nadella said in the other interview, we're done subsidizing. He goes, we need to start making money on this product. Right? What's up, Kitty Angel in the house? How you doing? Thank you, Kitty Angel. Thank you for coming by for the fort tonight. We're going to do that again this Friday. Someone tell Mag I said hi. Don't worry, Kitty. I saw you. Lunar Blackstar, what's up? 512 gigs is unacceptable storage size nowadays. Yes, Lunar Blackstar, you're not wrong. However, here's the thing. I think Colt was talking about how they're going to be able to compress like some of the file sizes for next generation. I don't know anything about that shit, but I'm just saying that's something that he was saying. Big Lou Raven said Xbox Mag have to be top tier. Yeah, so then that being the case, it's going to be top expensive too. So that's what I'm saying. So like, I mean, like how many people are you going to, you know, if they're going to get into that situation where like, for example, let's say it starts at $1,500, you're going to, US, you're going to have a situation on your hands. Guerrilla Tactics, how are you? So, you know what I mean? Like that's going to be a situation. So I'm like, what are they actually going to do? Don't worry, Creed. I saw the super chats. I'll get to them. I didn't miss them. Bro. I'll get to it. I'll get into them. But yeah, so like now I'm starting to look at this Steam thing, and I think, guys, this Steam thing is like a bird's eye view of what to expect next year. Now, I'm not saying that the PS6 is going to launch, but if I were a betting man, and if you gave me, you know, roulette, okay? No numbers, just red or black. And black is it's coming out, and red is it's not. And I had a $50 chip in my hand, I would bet that it's coming out. Because of the reasons that are beyond my knowledge. Like, for example, like I said, like Moore's Law is dead, who is the hardware guy, and he knows what the hell he's talking about. And he's like, Sony's got no choice. They got to launch this thing. So otherwise they're going to have to pay those heavy penalties. And they've been preparing for this because they produce in bulk, right? Their buying power for their parts and their manufacturing, which a lot of they do in-house, is obviously significantly cheaper than, for example, what Microsoft has to do, and they have to outsource every single thing, and that's when the components get more pricey for them, right? And the other thing is, too, is that that's what lends, you know, the thought of what T-Rock was saying a little bit earlier there. Was it T-Rock who said it? Or K-Rock? I can't remember. There's T-Rock and K-Rock in this chat. I always get the two of them mixed up. Sorry, guys. And said in the chat earlier, and saying that maybe they just go third-party OEM for that hardware, and that may actually make it much more affordable. And then, like I said, once again, offer the different storage sizes so that you can make the Xbox Helix much more affordable for a lot of people. Now, the thing is, I said on Monday. I keep thinking last night because normally, of course, I do MAGGCAST on Tuesday, but I had to deal with something. But the thing is, is I said it on Monday. I said, listen, I'm going to bitch and moan and claw and cry and whatever all the way to the launch day of the Helix, whenever the hell that actually happens, whether it happens in fall 27 or whether they push it out into 28. But I got to buy it. I got to buy it. And the thing is, if you think about the financial prudency of a situation, I told you guys this before and I said it on Monday. So, here we go. Guys, we're into Financial Corner here with Mag, okay? I said it before. I'm saying it now. If you're an Xbox enthusiast and you want to buy this thing and it's going to be expensive, okay, put $20 away a week starting today. This week, okay? No excuses, no bullshit. Start today. $20. Give it to your wife. Give it to your mom. Give it to your girlfriend or your boyfriend. I don't give a shit whatever you're into, okay? Give them $20 a week and you put it aside. Fuck off with the Starbucks and the $15 frothy fuckacinos and this and that. Just stop drinking coffee for one day. Have some shitty coffee at work for like 1 day or 2 days. There's your $20. Okay? Eat toast at home. You don't need to grab a bagel on the way in from Tim Hortons and all that shit. Okay? $20 a week is not a lot to ask for, okay? $20 a week. You start putting that away now. That's $80 a month. Okay? Let's presume that these consoles come out in 18 months from now. Okay? That's $1,400. That's $1,440 US dollars. There it is. You paid for it. It's paid. So when the thing comes out, let's just say it does come out, okay? Or for argument's sake, November 2027, Xbox Helix drops, whatever the hell they decide to call it. Blah blah blah. They might as well just call it Helix. You already made the shirts. You know what I'm saying? You already made the shirts. So just keep it as a Helix. You already made the hoodies. But anyways, the point is, you have $1,440. There you go. It's already paid. Now, the thing is, I would imagine most of you have already existing hardware, right? You could easily, because this thing is going to be expensive, not a lot of people are going to buy it. Now, you also have to remember, on top of that, a lot of people are going to be upgrading from the Xbox One. I'm talking Xbox specifically.
Welcome to hell.
Okay? Is that a lot of people are going to upgrade from the Xbox One to the Xbox Series S or X. They're doing deals right now, by the way. Really good deals, by the way, on those consoles. So if you're interested in the Xbox ecosystem, now's the time. Even in Canada, $400 for a Series S. That's crazy. Because that's barely $300, Canadian. $400 Canadian, it's barely $300 US. That's ridiculous. It's a steal. I think Jez talked about it today. He was showing the prices. Like, I think it's like on Prime Day for Amazon Prime. You could get them for like $500 now, and like $3 something for like whatever for a Series S, and like $500 and something. Best Buy was doing the offer in Canada. It was $399 for a Series S. Like, they're trying to push this hardware out the door because they know that if people are going to be upgrading for like Call of Duty and for GTA 6, then that's the time to do it, right? So here's the thing. So you're going to get a lot of people upgrading from the Xbox One to these newer consoles. Newer, 6 years old, but I mean, we'll call it newer. But upgrading to that so they could play Call of Duty and GTA 6 that come out this fall, as well as Gears of War E-Day. That's another one, right? So you've got that. So that being the case, those people ain't buying no Helix. Okay? There are also going to be a lot of people out there who will buy your series consoles now. Guaranteed. I already checked the Facebook Marketplace, for example. That's like always like a good like guide. Never mind going to like GameStop or whatever else. People are selling Series X's for $400, $450 over here. Okay, so that's about $350 American. So you could easily get $300 to $350 US for that. So, like I said, you put that $20 away starting right now. You got $1,440 that you didn't even know you were spending on bullshit. Okay, so now you got the thing paid for. Trade in your hardware, you get an extra $350. So now, let's just say, for argument's sake, you even wanted to buy another console. Well, you already have 40% of a PS6 paid for. Or you don't want a PS6, you just want to stick with the Xbox Helix, fine. Well, now you got $350 to buy games. Or whatever. You want to pay for more Game Pass, or I don't know, depending on how, depending on what their policies are by next year. I expect them to be a lot different, by the way, just so everybody knows. That's just my personal opinion. But that will change over time. So, like, you know what I mean? So you got all this extra money. Guys, it's the way to do it. It's the only way to do it. But like I said, give the money to your wife. Give the money to your mother, your father, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever. Give it to someone you trust and be like, listen, man, here you go. Here's your $20. Every week I'm giving you this $20. Put it in an envelope or put it in a separate bank account that you can't touch. And then every week, just deposit $20 in there. Not a big deal. You don't have to go to the bank anymore. You can just do it on your phone. Takes 2 seconds. Transfer $20 a week into another account, and you can't touch it until it comes to that. You can't touch this. You know what I mean? Done. And you got the damn thing paid for. But you got to start now. Start now. Don't wait. Start now. Anyways, that's a financial corner with Mag. And imagine me being a banker and like you're in those stupid little rooms, like the little meeting rooms in the bank, and like I'm your financial advisor, and I'm literally screaming at you like an old Italian lady. Can you imagine how funny that'd be? Like the bank's always quiet and shit, and like everybody's walking around like, oh, so anyways, we're here to renew our mortgage. And in the next room, you're hearing me going, put $20 away, you fucking asshole. Screaming at people. Maybe that's what people need these days. They need old Italian grandmothers to scream at them. Or old Jamaican grandmothers that'll whoop your ass with a wooden spoon. Hey, listen, I'll tell you something right now. Old Jamaican women, or even West Indies women, okay, are literally just the same as Italian, just a different shade of color. That's all it is. Exactly the same people. They will yell at you. They will scream at you. They will tell you what you don't want to hear. They'll tell you what you need to hear. And if you even open your mouth just a peep, you're going to get your ass whooped with whatever they got handy. It's kind of funny when you think about it. Same people, exactly. They should make them financial advisors. I changed my mind. It's going to be, all financial advisors are no longer going to be like people in suits. It's going to be old Italian ladies, old West Indies ladies, and old Jamaican ladies. They're going to be financial advisors from now on. That, I tell you right now, it would solve everybody's problems financially because you wouldn't be allowed to spend a dime because they would literally beat the shit out of you in the bank. Anyways, that's what you do with the consoles, okay? And then you got the thing paid for. So if you're an Xbox enthusiast, you want to do it, start saving now. $20 a week's not a lot to ask for, okay? And you just do all of that. And then you're fine. Creed Blaster comes in, dropping €6. Thank you. Creed Blaster, appreciate you. Again, another €6. Amazing. Yeah, unlocked a rare achievement, folks. That's two super chats in one night from the lovely young man known as Creed 20 Blaster. And he says, Beck, can you explain why is the pre-order of GTA 6 10 days before release on Xbox, but on PlayStation, PS5, you pay first for pre-orders? That is a thing. Yes, I noticed that that's a thing. So, yeah, you're right, Creed. Come on, Creed. Come on, paper champion. So I gotta put some Rocky sounds in here, man. I need Clubber Lang in here. I mean, we need some Clubber Lang in here. You know what I mean? Come on, Creed. Better get that look, better get that bad look off your face before I wipe it off. Anyhow, PlayStation is known. Listen, man. Listen, Sony don't give a fuck. Eh? They'll take your money first, ask questions later, and they do that. So, like when you pre-order something, they'll do that right now. Okay. By the way, all the animations are back. I don't know what the hell happened. They weren't working at the end of last show, but all of a sudden they're working now. I don't know what's going on. But either way, I'm happy that they're all back. Italia Gangster, I'll get to you in a minute. So that's a thing. Sony will charge you right away. But yes, what Xbox has done, I mean, I remember from the past, I don't really buy that many third-party games on Xbox anymore because you guys already know the story. I game share with my wife. My house is full of ponies.
Ponies and 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 ponies.
You know what I mean? So I game share with her. So all third-party games I play on PlayStation, unless she's not going to play them, I buy them on PlayStation so that she gets them for free, sort of. You know what I mean? But I remember Xbox would not charge you until like closer to the release date. But I do know that, like, yeah, sometimes like on the PlayStation, they'll charge you right away. They'll take your money right away. I don't know what that's all about. I should look into that. But thank you very much. I appreciate that, Creed. I appreciate you very much for the super chat as well. Thank you very much for all the support. And we got Mr. War 2050 coming in, dropping a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Mr. War. He unlocks a rare achievement as well. And he says, is the PS6 going to come with a full body massage? Well, it fucking better. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Full body massage with a happy ending, folks. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you very much, Mr. War 2050. Yes, it better. You like massage? You like something special? What? Oh my God. Yeah, thank you so much. And we've got Mr. Santo renewing his membership. Thank you so much. As a top tier maggot, welcome to hell, buddy. And you know the drill. There it is. And for his membership, thank you, Mr. Santo. Appreciate all your support, man. And with that, he drops a member chat and he says, Mag, I just heard that Steam opened Steam iOS so people can make their own Steam machine. That's a lot of Steam in one sentence. Should I read that again? Because I think I just went cross-eyed reading it. Santo. And he says, Mag, I just heard that Steam opened Steam iOS so people can make their own Steam machine. What? I had no idea. What? I need to hear more about that. Mr. Santo, thank you so much, man. And thank you for being a member and all your support, man. I really appreciate you. Father out, ladies and gentlemen. Father Alex is in the house. The man of the cloth is here. The man of the cloth. The man who speaks the good word of the Lord. Father Alex is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. There is no other channel on YouTube that is talking in the gaming space that has the power of the Lord behind him, because we have got an authentic priest in the house. He gets it twice. Praise be to the shepherd. What's up, Father Alex? How you doing, man? Elemental here. I want to read this. You got a long-ass name, dude. That's a great... We got to work on that. We're going to change your name, Elemental, to something else, okay? First of all, I'll just call you Elemental, but we're going to have to change it like S.H.I.E.L.D. Remember, like S.H.I.E.L.D. from the early Marvel movies? They're like, that name's too long, bro. You got to change that. We're going to have to shorten your name up. But Elemental, I got you. He goes, but Mag, why honestly buy it if there's going to be issues with Project Helix if they take away physical media or do something that gamers and consumers are against? Yes. That could be an issue, but I mean, we got like, well, presumably, let's say around 18 months or longer. We don't know when they're going to launch this thing, and I would imagine they're going to iron out a lot of stuff, but there will be obviously policy changes that are coming. Asha herself has already said that things are coming and things are going to be changing, because she literally said word for word, we can't keep doing the same things over and over and expect different results. That is literally the definition of insanity, right? She didn't say that part. I'm saying that part. But you know what I mean? But when she starts hacking and slashing and whatever else, I mean, I think there's also, it's not just going to be studios and layoffs. I think it's also going to be policy changes on a lot of things that they're going to have to monetize better, right? So when her and Satya
Nadella,
you know what I mean? When they get in there and start doing their thing, it's going to, I don't know, we'll see. However, here's the other thing, Elemental. This is something else. The other thing is that I'm also a YouTuber, right? And this is what I do. And as a YouTuber, I have to have everything out there, so I'm representing the community that everybody's going to say, oh shit, Mag just bought this, let's take a look at it, right? Something that's consequential, I think, to my audience or to us, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Whereas, for example, a Steam machine, I don't find it to be all that, like, I'm not a PC gamer, and I know there are also obviously PC gamers here in the chat. There's plenty of them in here. But, like, that's the kind of thing that unless it goes down in price, I just can't justify buying that thing and doing an unboxing video or whatever else. That's a lot of fucking money just to do, like, an unboxing video or whatever else. However, the Helix I will use. You know what I mean? Like, I'll use that every day. And the other thing is, it's what I do. So because it's what I do, I will buy it. I will do an unboxing video and the whole 9 yards, and you can see it all and blah, 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 and run it through its paces. And then when I stream on the channel, I'm going to try and give you guys the best possible experience you can get, right? And so right now, for example, unless I'm doing like Xbox exclusive stuff, like for example, Forza Horizon 6 is only on Xbox. I don't do it on PC. So on console side, I stream on the Xbox, which is great. And then every other game I stream on the PS5 Pro because I'm trying to give you guys the best, visual, fidelity I can get, or the best frame rate, or whatever the hell, all the bells and whistles and, ray tracing and all that shit. I do it on the PlayStation. And of course, as you already know, I game show with my wife. Now, the other thing is, like with the Helix, that's going to be a pretty powerful machine, or at least we hope it continues to be that. And that being the case, I will be showcasing a lot of stuff on the Helix as well. Right? And so it's part and parcel of what I do here on the channel. It's kind of like part of the business. You know what I mean?
It's all part of the plan.
Right? Thank you, Joker. Appreciate that. So, you know what I mean? So I'm going to get it anyway, so I'll do that and whatever. But anyhow, moving along, we got Sir C. Gilius coming in, dropping a $20 super chat. Let's go. 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 Let I wish I could put longer songs on there, but then I get hit with copyright, so it's not fun. You know what I mean? I try to do mixes here and there, but we're gonna give Sir Sigilius another one. Let's go. Let's get a little jam going here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Sir C. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's a little Funkmaster Flex from anybody from the 90s. Anybody from the 90s remember Funkmaster Flex? He was the greatest. His mixed albums were the best. Thank you, Sir C. Julius, for $20 US. Thank you so much. And he says, Helix might still be powerful. In that Bloomberg interview, when questioned about it, Asha said price is only expensive if we don't innovate. True. Very true. So to me, she might be thinking we got to make it worth the asking price. Good point, dude. Good point, Sir C. Julius. There you go. So that's the thing. So that could be the selling point. That could be the selling point, brother. So we can get to that point where they say, listen, man, it's $1,500, but it's going to be doing X, Y, and Z. Right? Now, the thing is, Julius, what if they start buying components now at 2 times the price instead of waiting till next year when it gets to 5 times the price, and then you could land somewhere at least in the range of what the Steam machine is selling? You see what I'm saying? So maybe they do that. That could be a thing. I mean, like, if I were Microsoft, I'd be like, listen, man, scoop up this shit now, or at least some of it, not all of it, but like scoop up some of this now. And pray, you know what I mean? And pray that this thing doesn't go up in price so that if they have to make more of them, you know what I mean? It's not going to cost 5 times. Because then you don't want to get caught in a trap. Like, let's say they get, like, you know, they get enough components for 5 million consoles, like, right off the rip, right? So you got this thing, it's coming right off the bat, you know, and then they just, okay, we got 5 million. Well, the demand is higher. We need 8 million, not 5. But then what if they have to now repurchase those components next year to make up to the pre-orders that happened, and then they're going to be paying 5 times the price instead of 2 times the price? But here's the other problem. Now you're facing another problem going, well, we also don't want to buy components for 10 million consoles because we don't know if we're going to sell that many, and they're just going to be sitting on a fucking shelf somewhere. Kind of like how the Series X was for a couple of years. Right? So, like, I don't know, man. Let me tell you something. I do not envy their position at all. And the reason why I don't envy their position is because every time you answer a question, 2 more questions show up. You know what I'm saying? 2 more questions show up in terms of that hardware. So that's where it gets really wild. And I'm just like, man, fuck, I do not want that job. I know it's not one person making all the decisions. You have a room full of minds, you know what I mean, that are thinking of all these different things and whatever else, and you kind of feed off each other. And, of course, you take in all the feedback. You write it on the whiteboard, you know, with your little dry erase marker and shit, and you do all that stuff and whatever, right? And you get it done, and they figure it out. But still, it's a position that I wouldn't want to be in. But anyways, Sir C. Julius, thank you so much for that, and thank you for the thoughtful super chat, man. That's very, very, very thought-provoking. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. And, of course, we've got one of my own, ladies and gentlemen, one of my kin, Italia Gangster, comes in. Oh yes, and gifts one gifted member. There we go, Italia Gangster. There you go. And T-Rock received it. Thank you very much. And for that, I appreciate it.
Welcome to hell!
There it is.
Motherfucker!
Thank you very much, T-Rock, for you've been gifted the channel member, and thank you for Italia Gangster for that. I appreciate that, man. Guerrilla Tactics, I know, man. I know the vape thing is a bit of a problem. Listen, I used to smoke cigarettes for like years or whatever else. Hey, Bob, how you doing? And then I went from cigarettes, and then I stopped like everything for a while. And then I got into cigars, and then the cigars was starting to get out of control because I had a very stressful year. Okay, it was a very stressful year for me, and I was getting into cigars, and the cigars turned into like once a week, turned into like twice a week, turned into every day. And I'm like, I gotta stop all of this somehow. And the only thing that fucking works is this, man. The only thing that works is this vape. It's the only thing that works. You know. It's the only thing that works, man. It's the only thing that stopped me from touching anything. Some people in here are really zesty. Lotus. Guardian, what are you asking me there in the chat? He goes, Mag, do you think it's worth to upgrade to the PS5 Pro to play GTA 6, even if I already have a Series X and a base PS5? Guardian, I would wait, because I don't know what the hell... I don't know what the hell, like, we don't know anything beyond what they said, which we're going to talk about that next. That's our next topic. We're going to talk about that right now, the GTA 6 situation. Ladies and gentlemen, it is GTA pre-order night, as you well know. It is now down to T minus 2 hours and 3 minutes, at least over here in Canada. And Andy Ackerman, you're on the pouches. My neighbor did the same shit. He was like, he smoked, then he went to vaping, and now he's onto the little pouches where you just take like a nicotine pouch or whatever, and whatever, you know, all that jazz. Yeah, Noisy Mofo, it all worked out, buddy. Sir C. Jilly says, Asha going to have gray hair by the time she's done. Yeah, going to look like the cat lady off The Simpsons, or Barack Obama when he was in office. You remember when Barack Obama went into office, and he looked like just like a dude, and then when he came out, he looked like a fucking old man? And you're like, that's what 8 years of running a country will do to you, man. He was like, he looked like an old ass man when he came out of there. But I mean, you know, the thing is, he came out of there, like, you got to understand, being the president of the United States, or even the prime minister of a country or whatever, or the king of England or this and that. I'm sure the king of England sleeps just fine because he doesn't actually run the country. But the thing is, when you're running these countries, you're barely sleeping. You sleep a couple of hours, and then, you know, Mr. President, you know what I mean? And they're like banging on your door, Mr. President, you know, we've got the Guatemalans are like launching missiles at whatever. And like, oh, fuck. And then he has to get up and put his clothes on and, you know, what's the situation, this and that. And so when you're like getting all screwed over, like with the stress and the no sleep and the this and the that or whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, Asha's going to look like an old lady when she's done all this. But first, she's got some things to kill. You know how it goes.
Asha Sharma wins. Fatality.
Yep. Exactly, T-Rock. That's exactly it, T-Rock. Hey, Captain Chats, how you doing, man? Itchy, how you doing? Feet on Lands is in the house. A lot of people talking to me here, Ray. What's going on? Anyone else build their own Steam machine for way cheaper? I'm using the BC250 Bitcoin mining card that uses the PS5 APU. Jesus, I just went cross-eyed reading that. I'm not a tech guy. I don't know all that. I don't know all those details. Anyway, sorry, Guardian, getting back to that question. The thing is, and like I said, this will dovetail directly into the GTA 6 topic we're going to talk about right now. And, by the way, the last couple of weeks I haven't been doing timestamps. Now, there's a reason for that. The reason is the last couple of shows I've been doing were all the same topic. It was like a one long topic, and then we would go, you know what I mean? And that was it, so I didn't bother putting in timestamps. But now that we're actually back to subjects, so to speak, we're going to go right back into timestamps. So we're going to go 1:14, and we're going to talk about GTA 6. There you go. So the thing is, anyways, the GTA 6 thing, Guardian, is that the only thing that they talked about saying plays best on PlayStation, whatever, they were talking about the features of the PS5, which come with the base PS5, right? They're talking about the DualSense controller, the haptic feedbacks, all that kind of shit, or whatever else. You know what I mean? And so as a result of that, it wasn't like on a tech level. It was literally, I mean, it was a tech level, but it wasn't like in a performance level. It's not like they said, oh, it plays better on the PS5 because we're getting 60 FPS, Xbox is playing at 30. I can guarantee you this, the Series S is playing at 30. That's for sure. Joe Dunmore's in the house. Let's go. What's up, Joe Dunmore? How you doing, man? Glinzer goes, Barack went in looking like Dave Chappelle, came out looking like Morgan Freeman. It's true. It's the stress. It's the stress and not sleeping. That's what it is. That's what kills these guys. They don't kill them, but I mean, like, you know, makes them look so old. Meat Puppet, how you doing, man? Yeah, well, that's a good question. Do you think the Steam releasing the OS so people can make their own Steam machines help them? Yeah, sure. It just gets more people in their ecosystem, right? So there's a lot of that. Yeah, Commando Striker. Yeah, 30 FPS is just impossible anymore. I can't do it. It looks like I'm watching a GIF image. So anyways, yeah, the thing is when they talked about GTA 6 and they talked about, you know, plays better on the PS5. First of all, they got the marketing rights. I told you guys that 2 years ago. They had already locked that in like, I think they locked that in like 2022 or 2023, something like that. I didn't catch wind of it till a year later. And they're like, yeah, they got the marketing rights and whatever else, blah, blah. So we knew that. So, well, we knew that. Everybody else said I was full of shit. But, you know, clearly who's not? All right? Anyhow. whatever. I don't need any of that bullshit. I don't go receipt hunting and stuff. That's a waste of fucking time. Anyways, the point is this: is that by saying that, they were talking about the DualSense features, the 3D audio that you're going to be able to get not only with the your headphones or your whatever, through the speakers of the controller, the adaptive triggers, the haptic feedback and all that stuff, and other features that'll be on the controller. So like they were just saying it's going to be a more immersive experience, but it's not like they said, oh, by the way, it's going to be 60 over here with ray tracing and shit like that, and then over there it's just going to be 30 and 60 FPS with on a Series X with like no ray tracing or no bells and whistles and no fancy controller stuff. So like we don't know. So I would wait, Guardian. I mean, if you already got a base Series X and a PS5, just wait till closer, and they'll obviously be giving the specs. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Muhammad? How you doing, man? Hey, Green Pulse, how are you? Jay Silver, I don't even... Series S is going to be 270p 30. You know what sucks, though? You know what sucks, Jay Silver? The Series S is a cute little machine, man. That thing runs like a beast. I'll tell you this: the last 2 Forza Horizon 6 streams I did on YouTube, I did them on a Series S, not even my Series X. And I did that on purpose because I wanted to put it through its paces and see how this thing could hold out. And nobody fucking noticed. In fact, somebody in the chat about halfway through the stream was like, dude, this is a Series S, because I said it. And they're like, we thought it was on the Series X or a PC. And I'm like, no, man, that's a Series S. Like, it's got, it can move. This thing can move if it needs to. Xlands, how are you? Yeah, see, Xlands, good point. Do you think we're going to get a GTA 6 trailer in the morning? I think maybe. I think so. I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, it's pre-order day. I think that if I wake up in the morning and be like, hey, it's 9 a.m. Eastern, that's usually when they drop a trailer. You drop the trailer, off we go. Pre-order now. You know what I mean? Like, when they do those trailers for like movies and shit like that, and Spider-Man Brand New Day or whatever, right? And they do like the last trailer, and it's the trailer that says, tickets on sale now or whatever.
Welcome
Pre-order
now.
pre-order your tickets and blah 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 and all that shit. And they do that. I think that's exactly what this new trailer is going to be. It's going to be trailer number 3. I hope it comes out tomorrow. That'd be nice. But we'll see. And say, okay, here's trailer number 3. Pre-order now. Boom, boom, boom. And start the marketing. And then in July, start your next marketing. Your next marketing. Show some more features of the game. If you guys went to the website today for the pre-orders, you could see that they've got a bunch of screenshots and all kinds of shit there. We'll talk about the different, editions you can buy and all that stuff. We'll talk about that in a second. And right, so they're starting to slowly leak out some of that info. If you guys remember, like GTA 5, for example, when GTA 5 dropped, about 3 to 4 months before it launched, they did like a half-hour deep dive on GTA Online. Oh, you can go golfing, you can do this, you can go do heists, you can play tennis with your buddy, you can play a full 18-hole golf course, you could do this, you could buy condos, you know what I mean? So they showed all these like cool features you could do with GTA Online, and then like a couple of weeks later, they did another thing where they showed like, these are some features in the game. You can walk into 65% of the buildings, and you know what I mean? Like, this is the most immersive AI NPCs you've ever seen in a video game, and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? So I think that they kick it off with a new trailer. I hope it's tomorrow. God willing, it's tomorrow. That'd be really nice. Get the trailer, and at the end of the trailer it says, pre-order now. Whatever. You know what I mean?
Welcome to hell.
So I think that'd be great. So that's what I'm hoping for. So anyways, before we get into any of that, let's continue on with a talk about the pre-orders, which are now coming out in just under 2 hours, at least over here in Canada. And yeah, so let's talk about that. So they got the 2 editions. Now the thing is, I'm gonna have to actually do this live on the air because I haven't even seen pre-order prices GTA 6 Canada. Now, the thing is, Rockstar finally reveals how much GTA 6 will cost. Okay, here we go, folks. So, it's not as bad as you thought. That's okay. Okay, so here it is, folks. So, here in Canada, you already know the U.S. prices. It's $80, so they've gone $10 up from the base $70, or at least the industry standard $70 up to this point. By the way, shout out to whoever said it in the chat. Made me almost laugh live on the air. Almost stumbled me and says, Outer Worlds 3 going to try and charge $80 again. Dude, I can't remember who said it, but whoever said it, you just made me piss my pants. So it looks like, so the US dollar price, of course, is $80 for that. And then there's the what's it called? That's a standard edition. And then, of course, the ultimate edition is $100 US, which is not surprising to any of us. Shouldn't be. In Canada, however, it's not as horribly bad as I thought. With tax and everything. Actually, no, it is fucking bad. Never mind. It is bad.
Welcome to hell.
It's $113.85 in Canada for the standard edition without tax. So that's going to be approximately $122 for the base edition, which is what I figured. And the ultimate edition is 142 Canadian, and that's $100 US. Let me do some quick math here. 142 plus 13%. Fuck you, government. That's $160. Now, the base price for games here in Canada with tax included is, at least in Ontario, because our tax is egregious here in Ontario. We have to basically subsidize the whole fucking country, us in Vancouver. Is that a game is $101 and like 16 cents or something. Okay, so it's $101.16. So this is a $20 price increase, which doesn't really kind of add up. It looks like they kind of like bulked out another $5 on top of like the exchange rate between US and Canada. Because if that was the case, $10 US is about $15 Canadian. Okay, so it should only be, with tax and all that shit, about $120, not $125. But it doesn't matter. $125, that's with tax in and all that stuff. That's not the worst price in the world. I was expecting it to be worse. However, the Ultimate Edition is going to cost $160. And the thing is, what I'm struggling with is it really worth it for that Ultimate Edition? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, I'm not sure that it's really worth it. Because what they're giving, for example, and of course I just closed it by accident. Now I gotta reopen it. For God's sake, Mag, so unprofessional. Right in the middle of a bloody show. What did they offer? So the base edition's $80 or whatever, right? We'll just use the US prices and we'll leave it at that. But here's the thing: the Ultimate Edition for me is going to cost $160 Canadian, which is fucking crazy. But either way, they're going to offer you all these different things. So let's look at it. Ultimate Edition. Okay, I'm not going to pull up on screen. Okay, all right. Nobody reads this shit anyway. But I will read this, though. Welcome to Leonida. All I can think of is Leonidas from fucking 300. Welcome to Leonida, the state where anything goes, sees everything in this massive world. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so Ultimate Edition bonuses are threaded across all aspects of Jason and Lucia's. By the way, it's not... Can someone please help me out? The name Lucia, in Italian, it's pronounced Lucia. And the fact that she is clearly Latino, any kind of Latin language, whether it's Spanish or Brazilian Portuguese or Portuguese or whatever, they generally pronounce it the same way as Italians do, right? So that being the case, wouldn't her name be Lucia? Or am I just an idiot? I don't know. Lucia doesn't, I don't know. It doesn't sound right. It just sounds like white people saying bruschetta when they go to a restaurant. You know, I'll have the bruschetta. It's a bruschetta. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, hey, listen. It is what it is.
Oh, gringe.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Called bruschetta. Not bruschetta. I figured Lucia's the same thing. Like, Lucia's the new bruschetta. It's like, I think we're saying it wrong. To me, like, if she is Spanish in any which way or form, then her name is Lucia. Because, like I said, the Italian language is a Latin language. You know what I mean? So, like, when I speak to Spanish people and they speak to me in Spanish, I understand them completely. Like, for example, when I was in LA, I was out vaping in front of the hotel at like 3 a.m, and there was some Spanish chick talking, and she asked me if I spoke Spanish. I said, no, I speak Italian. But I understood her perfectly when she said, because she spoke to me in Spanish. And I understood her perfectly, and I answered her in English. And I said, no, I said, but I speak Italian. So I understood her. So I don't know. Anyways, that's enough semantics. It says all aspects of Jason and Lucia's story with new items uncovered behind each chapter. Okay, so it shows the cars, a 95 Grotti Cheetah, blah, 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 and all that shit. It's showing the different cars. It looks like an 80s Ferrari from like Miami Vice. I mean, I get it. Hawk and Little Morgan revolvers. Okay, that's cute. But like, I mean... Can't I just go to Ammunition and just buy a gun? Like, I don't give a fuck what it looks like. I can't barely see the thing because you're playing a third-person view. You're just going to see, like, the gun is going to be so tiny. It's not like you're playing a first-person shooter where you could see the gun, where the gun is the focus of the screen. You know what I'm saying? Personalized variants, personalized sidearms with details engravings. How can you even read an engraving on a gun that's going to be so tiny on the screen because you're playing as a third-person character? I'm just and I'm not trying to talk myself out of an Ultimate Edition. I'm trying to gather as to why I would pay an extra $40 for this thing. It has to be something that is meaningful. Vice City style, whether poolside or side by side. Jason and Lucia can look the part with exclusive outfits, tattoos, and more. Okay. Can't you just go to the store and buy shit like every other Grand Theft Auto game? Like, these are questions I have, I want to know. Because if you could just walk into, let's say you get the Ultimate Edition, like, oh, you can't go to this store, but you can go to all these other clothing stores. I'm like, well, what the hell is the difference? Why would I pay an extra $40 just to have access to this one store? You know what I mean? Jason's Safe House vehicles. Soak Up the Sun and Army Fatigue Dinged. What the fuck does that even mean? Dinka? Enduro. Motorcycle or Crest Kayak. Can't I just steal these things in game? Aren't there going to be motorcycles and boats and kayaks and boats and hoes and whatever else in the game? So why do I need like a specific motorcycle or a kayak? I could just walk up to a dude, smack him in the mouth, and then take his motorcycle and just drive away for free. Again, I'm trying to understand why I'm going to pay $160 for this. Ganado Retro Build. Inject some muscle and classic stylings into Jason's well-worn Vapid Ganado low-riding pickup with exclusive mods. So it's a mod kit. Okay. Ride Out Customs. Transform vanilla vehicles into magnificent works of art. I don't really care. Because Grand Theft Auto is exactly what the words say. Grand Theft Auto. When I come out of a mission or I'm about to escape or whatever, yes, I may have my car there, but when shit goes sideways, I'm just going to have to punch some dude in the mouth or whatever, pull him out of the car, grab their car and take off, and then I'm just going to dump the car. So I can't, I still to this point, with everything I've read to you so far, I still have yet to find a reason to pay an extra $40. Exquisite rims and donk stylings. What the fuck does that even mean? Only open for business with the Ultimate Edition. Okay. Still, I'm not. Sarah's Unisex Salon. I don't care what their hair looks like. Get signature salon styles for both Jason and Lucia, including facial hair. They should get facial hair for Lucia. That'd be funny. For Jason, and makeup and nails for Lucia. Only open for business with the Ultimate Edition. Again, a third-person game. Her nails are going to be the size of a grain of sand on the screen. How the fuck can you see her nails? I still have yet to find a reason to pay an extra $40. I still am not seeing it. Shih Tzu Squallow. Jesus Christ, it's a watercraft. Okay, so you get a specific type of boat. Okay, I'm not going to read all of this because it just gets boring. A specific kind of boat. Does it come with hose? And then it's like this weird slideshow of like all these like glam shots of all the characters. It's actually pretty funny. Another buggy. You can get a buggy. Exclusive buggy. Electric Fang tattoo. We can get tattoos. Again, it doesn't really affect me all that much. I don't mind playing the characters as they were like originally intended because I think that they look cool. One-Eyed Willies. Yeah, I got one of those too. This mod shop in Leonida specializes in off-road modifications and hand-painted automotive artistry, only open for business with the Ultimate Edition. So does that mean that the store is only open if you buy the Ultimate Edition, and if you play this game for like 100 hours or whatever, that store will forever be locked? These are questions I have. These are questions I have about this situation. Good Time Gear, a capsule collection of apparel and accessories inspired by the Good Time State's hit TV show character Maka the Gator. I don't give a fuck about any of that. PTT PTT Youngins Illegal Goods Store. Raid the okay, now this sounds a little more interesting. Listen to this, folks. Raid the compound of one of Southside Vice City's loudest and most socially active gangs and escape safely to score some special items and distinct contraband. Now that's interesting. So far, out of everything that I've heard, I'm like, these are cosmetics that literally affect nothing, or I can't even see them on the goddamn screen. Like, imagine getting custom fingernails for Lucia, and her hand is this big on your giant screen because you're playing in third person. Like, how the fuck? You would need a magnifying glass and have to put it up to the screen to see. What are we talking about here? That's not worth it to me. Classic car collection, okay. I mean, that's kind of cool, but, like, it's not the end of the world. I mean, Grand Theft Auto is about stealing everybody else's cars, right? So I don't know about this, man. I don't know. I'm on the fence, guys. You guys let me know in the chat what you guys think about that. Before we continue on, I got to catch up with some housework here. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Guardian, who I just spoke to about the PS5 Pro, has become a magnificent maggot. Thank you so much, my friend.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Thank you so much, Guardian, for joining the channel, and welcome to hell. You all know how it goes. Mr. Gray the Gamer, how you doing, man? I'm doing well. And we got 78 Ink coming flying in. My man right there, he comes in and he gifts 5 gifted members of the chat. Guys, everybody, thank you. And make sure you thank 78 Ink. And 78 Ink, thank you for all the support, man. From day one, you've been here and you've been nothing short of absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, 78 Ink. And make sure you thank them in the chat for giving your membership and for all those new members out there.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Welcome to hell. You're a maggot now. No escaping. No escaping. Go join that members-only Discord, folks. And any of my mods in the chat, if you can, please put the link for the members-only Discord. It is a ruckus party over there at all given times, ladies and gentlemen. You go there at 4 o'clock in the morning, that place is still rocking. Everybody's doing their thing and whatever. I barely get over there, but that's because I'm always on YouTube, so I never have time to go on Discord. And I don't have Discord on my phone, so I never keep up with it. So it's a shame. I should start, I don't know, in my own Discord, I should start making my face a little bit more known. But I have 2 amazing administrators who run it, and they're just doing such an incredible job. So yes, thank you to all of them. Thank you 78 Ink as well. And thank you, Guardian, for joining the channel. And we got G-Mania coming flying in with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, G-Mania. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate you. And he goes, don't you find it weird that they ask you for money to pre-order without even showing any gameplay-only trailers? I find that suspicious. Now, normally, G-Mania, I would agree with you. Normally, I'd agree with you. Thank you very much for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. However, this is Rockstar. And I have no doubt in my mind that Rockstar is going to deliver an absolute outstanding experience. I think it's going to be, no pun intended, game-changing. I think it's going to be industry-altering game. An industry-altering game. I think it's going to be a huge, huge shift in how people look at AAA games. That's just my feeling on it. So I think that, like, I have no doubt that Rockstar is going to deliver a 10 out of 10 experience without question. Now, if it was any other company, I would be a little bit shifty about it. I'd be like, I don't know, man. I mean, these guys, they had 2 good games, and they had a shit game, and then they had a good game, and then a mediocre game, and then a good game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would be a little bit hesitant about that. However, this is Rockstar. This is Rockstar! You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know, man. I'm going to say that, but the thing is, G-Mania, what I will agree with you, I'll find some middle ground with you here, brother. The middle ground is this. They're not selling me on this Ultimate Edition right now. Okay, like I'm, like, fingernails? Are you fucking kidding? I can get facial hair on, what's his face there? Like, what? Jason? Like, does that really affect? He looked fine in the trailers. I saw him in the trailer. He had a little scruff. He's a handsome young man. You know what I mean? He looked great. I don't need to, like, oh, well, I need to put a ridiculous beard on him and, you know, like, who the fuck, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not. Yeah, Father Alex, he goes, when you buy the Ultimate Edition, it's a single-player game charging you cosmetics and salon nonsense. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. It doesn't make any sense. Music 72, Bruschetta, the American way. So, like, it doesn't make much sense to me. Like, I'm not seeing the pull here. Because, like, it doesn't give me, it's not like if I bought the Ultimate Edition, they give me 3 days early access, which gives me a strategic advantage on YouTube. I can stream early. You know what I'm saying? By the way, you can forget about Halo early access, eh? That's not happening on this channel. They are gouging the fuck out of that. They want $100 here in Canada for the remake, the Halo campaign Evolved, with no multiplayer, by the way, or anything, just the game, just the campaign. They're asking for $100 here, without tax, by the way. $99.99 to play early, to play Halo early. I'm like, listen, man, I'd love to do that, but $100 to play that early is fucking egregious. Now, I know Satya
Nadella.
You know what I mean? I know Satya said he wants to monetize Xbox more, but like, fuck you. $100 to play that? I could play it for free on Game Pass. And now, help me out, chat. Any Xboxers out there, any Xbox fans out there, can you do me a favor? And I couldn't find it. So I know you guys are a little bit more crafty than I am sometimes, but can you see if there's just like a simple upgrade that I can like pay for, because I'm already playing it on Game Pass. You know, kind of like how Forza Horizon has like a, $30 you could play it 5 days early or whatever, and you get the premium edition, whatever. I wouldn't mind paying $30, and I've already got Game Pass now. Thank you to Microsoft for that, by the way. The team gave me Game Pass until November, and so for being at FanFest. So, anyways, I got Game Pass Ultimate until November, so I could play it right there. Is there an option? Because I couldn't find it. I couldn't see it. Or maybe I just didn't look hard enough. Is there an option where I could just upgrade for $30 and play 5 days early? Because I'll do that. But I'm not paying $100 fucking dollars for something that I can play on Game Pass that I have Game Pass right now. It's ridiculous. I absolutely will not do that. So anyways, back to the GTA 6 thing. I'm just like, well, so far you're not selling me on it. Yeah, okay, there's a couple of like cool things in there, whatever. But I don't know. Maybe, or like, do I use it for a flex for streaming? I don't know. What do you guys think, man? You guys let me know in the chat. I mean, you guys make the decision for me. McLovin, a member of 8 months. McLovin, how you doing, buddy? We haven't talked in a while, man. I'll give you a little bit of music. Why not? I'll give you some music. As a top-tier mega, this man has been supporting and been incredible. And he says, personal opinion. Thank you so much for that, brother. And, of course, for your member chat, he says, personal opinion. Zero interest in GTA 6 now because of pricing setup. Also, Helix should offer hard drive upgrades. Fair. With base being 500 gigs to make cheaper. Exactly, McLovin. That's exactly what I was saying on XNC. And, of course, the blueprint for that was the Steam machine. So, yes, thank you for that, and I agree with that. And thank you, McLovin, for being here, man. Jay Silver, $130 to play Gears of War E-Day early. Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. That's insane.
Welcome to hell.
Daniel McCarthy has become a magnificent maggot. Thank you so much, Daniel McCarthy. Thank you for becoming a channel member, my friend.
Welcome to
This is for you.
hell, motherfucker!
Welcome to hell, Daniel McCarthy. Thank you for joining the channel, man, and becoming a channel member. And mods out there, if you got it, get that link over there for the members-only Discord. Put the link in the chat if you see it. I'd appreciate that. Yeah, dude, Captain Chats, $100. It's $99.99. $99.99 to play Halo early. Or, if you want to buy it, it's $70 Canadian plus tax, so it's like $85. Oh, shit! Ion Storm! First of all, Ion Storm's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Let's say hi to Ion Storm and go check out his channel. Go check out Ion Storm. Ion Storm, don't be shy to put a link to your channel, by the way, into the... Actually, Ion Storm, do me a favor. Because Great Wah is in here. He's the one who always has the link for the members-only Discord. If you could put a link to the members-only Discord in the chat, I'd be greatly appreciated. Now, on top of that, when you're done that, Iron Storm, if you could pull that off, if you can't, put a link to your channel in the chat right now and let people know where you are. Sharifi, how you doing, man? He asked a good question. He says, Mag, do you think a GTA 6 will exclusive PS5 Pro or controller? Good question. I would expect a controller. I'm not sure about a console. Not sure. I have no idea. There you go. Andy Ackerman did it. Andy Ackerman, thank you, Andy Ackerman. Appreciate you, man. He put the link to the members-only Discord. Anybody who's become a channel member, renewed, or just got gifted a gifted member, go down there to the Discord. You can go. Oh, you did it earlier. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, so go do that and go join the channel. It's a lot of fun, man. The members-only Discord is hilarious. I read it. I just don't participate as much as I should. Fucking right. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we are doing that then. Noisy Mofo and who else did it? Someone else in the chat. Iron Storm says there's an upgrade, 20 pounds in the UK, and of course Noisy Mofo is from here, and he said it's $30 here to get that premium up. Okay, so Big Lou Ravens, obviously you're in the US, and he says a premium $20 upgrade, and in Canada it's a $30 premium upgrade, 5 days early access. All right, well that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Tom, how you doing, man? Tom from Toonami's in the house. How you doing? Yeah, GTA 6 console will be $1,000, pretty much. 78 Inc. You're not wrong. There it is. Iron Storm put a link to his channel. Go check out his content. The man has been here since day one, and not only has he been here since day one, he has become a friend, and that's how you meet people in this community. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, I'm on the fence, man, because like I said, $160 is a lot of money to part with for one game. However, it is Grand Theft Auto. Now, the thing is, if they did this premium edition, they're like, listen, or this ultimate edition, whatever the fuck, and they're like, wasn't there something about how they're going to give you like a month of free GTA Plus or something? Oh, Music 72, thank you. Okay. Because I'm going to be playing Halo. I was going to buy Halo for PlayStation 5 Pro, but it's too expensive. It's just too expensive. It's $80 here in Canada. It's like $60 plus tax or whatever, $69. So it's like $80 or $85. I'm like, that's crazy. And I'm like, I got my Xbox sitting right here. I've got Game Pass right here until November. And I'm like, I'm just going to play it there. So I don't mind paying the $30 upgrade for to play Halo early. Okay, so never mind, folks. So, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? We will be playing. We will be playing Halo 5 days early instead. $30, I could take that. That's not a big deal. Microsoft. Oh, we got Andy Ackerman coming in, dropping a $5 super chat as well. Let's go, Andy Ackerman. Thank you so much, Andy Ackerman. Appreciate your support, brother. And thank you for putting that link in there. Sorry, I didn't see you do it earlier. And he says Microsoft should offer a bare bones setup for Helix. Fucking right. Yeah, upgradable RAM and storage. Yeah, listen, that might be an option. That might be an option. I don't know, but we don't know, Andy. We don't know what's going to happen. We're going to have to wait and find out. And we've got a lot of time, and they've got a lot of time. We've got a lot of time. Because between now and when they actually tell us what's happening and the pricing schemes and how they plan to build it, I'm sure that Gandalf is doing his thing over there. By the way, he's such a wonderful human being. I got to talk to him. I literally was talking to him for about 10 minutes, and Jason Ronald was amazing. Jason Ronald is amazing. What a cool dude. And I made him laugh a few times. I'm like, listen, man. I said, we call you Gandalf, right? And he's like, he's like, come on. And I'm like, yeah, we do. We call you Gandalf. So I'm sure he's hard at work at trying to figure out different configurations as to how to make this thing financially feasible for a lot of customers, right? We'll see how that goes. So anyways, Andy, that's what I'm thinking, dude. You would have to offer different iterations and different options for people so that it can be affordable, because you're trying to build this platform up. Well then, Creed is saying you have 2 side missions on Ultimate Version Mag. What? Really? Can someone confirm that? Because that would be a thing too. Gears of War has a $30 premium upgrade as well. Cyber, is that US though? Because 30 US, I guarantee goddamn they're gonna charge me 50 up here. Like listen, let me tell you something. It's fucking highway robbery up here in Canada. Eh? Iron Storm is saying the PS Plus free month is the only exclusive thing they have for GTA 6 that I've seen. Okay, so I'm playing it on PlayStation 5 Pro anyway. So I'm playing Halo on Xbox. And I will play early. I'll pay Xbox the $30. I don't mind. Obviously, Gears I'm going to be playing on Xbox, but GTA 6 I'm playing on the PS5 Pro. Captain Chats, apparently GTA Plus is like this monthly subscription. It's like $7 or something, and like they give you like every month they give you like an outfit or some shit. I don't know. It's mostly for like the GTA Online stuff. So like it's kind of like you know how they have that membership for they have it on Game Pass for Fortnite. They give you like 1 or 2 things like every month, The lot lizard's more expensive in Canada as well. I guess they would be. Yeah. It is American. Okay, thank you, Cybergunter. Yeah, so they're probably going to charge me 50 up here. which is fucking bullshit, but, it is what it is. It is what it is. What am I going to do, man? This is what I do. This is my job. I mean, obviously it's my passion. I love this. But I'm saying this is a career here, what I'm doing. I'm trying to make it my full-time career, but my YouTube is a career. So, you got to invest, right? You got to do it. You got to do what you got to do. So, I mean, I'll be playing Halo early, and I'll play Gears early. No problem. It is what it is. Hebs in the house. How you doing, man? Yay, Noof Nukem! Let's go! Noof Nukem in the house! Noof Nukem in the house! Hey, Noof, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you in the chat, buddy. We got G-Mania coming in, dropping a $5 super chat. Let's go, G-Mania! Let's go! Thank you, G-Mania. Appreciate that, man. And for $5 Canadian, he says, since GTA 6 doesn't have a physical copy, that's another situation, by the way. So they're selling this, like, physical copy with a box, and then you open the box and they're like, haha, fuck you, here's a code. And it's like, well, okay. So instead of buying it, I'll put that 110 Canadian towards the 25th anniversary Xbox. All right, cool. All right, cool. There you go. Interesting. Very good. So we'll do that. The 25th anniversary Xbox, you talk about the X25. By the way, I'll show you that again for anybody who didn't see on an XNC. Actually, you know what? Give me a second. We're going to continue this conversation. Give me about 30 seconds. I'm going to go refill my water. I'm going to take a quick pee, and I'll go grab you the X25 thing they gave me. It's not the console. The console I'm getting in mid-November, but we'll deal with that in a second. Give me a sec. I'll be right back, and then I'll show you that thing. I'll go grab it.
Welcome to hell.
All right. I'm back. I refilled my water and I had to go pee. You know how it is. You guys know the drill, man. Every time I do the show, okay, I work out before the show, so it gives me that, like, energy. I don't drink coffee and I don't drink caffeine. And so I get jacked up right before the show, and I come on the show and, I got lots of energy and all that kind of stuff. So anyhow, let's get back into this the super chats, and then I'll show you that X25 thing that they sent me. So we've got the $5 from G-Mania. I hope yes we talked about that, and you're gonna put that 110 Canadian towards that 25th anniversary Xbox, and I'll show you that in just a moment. And RT Reviews comes in and drops a £2 super chat, ladies and gentlemen. That is British proper money. British proper money. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. And he says, I think GTA Online will be a paid add-on. I don't think so. I don't think for these prices, RT. I think that the fact that they're already charging $80 and then $100, and then, well, for me, it's $125, for fuck's sake, and $160 for the premium edition. I think that the GTA Online will just stay as is. However, this GTA Plus, I can guarantee you this. They're probably going to put some, like, bells and whistles into that GTA Plus to try and sort of funnel people into that subscription service so that every month you get some cool shit that you need to stream or whatever, like on YouTube and all that stuff. So I think that they'll do it that way, but I don't think they'll be charging more for that. That's my guess. That's what I'm thinking, RT. So, and I'm hoping that that's the case. So we'll see how that goes down. And we got Italia Gangster.
Oh no!
Oh,
Gringe!
Italia Gangster has gifted another gifted member to the channel. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And that went out to Sharifi. Sharifi, congratulations. And of course, as always,
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
that's right. Welcome to hell, Sharifi. I know you're always here, but now you're a maggot. You can't get out. You're stuck in there. Italia Gangster, thank you so much for the other gifted member. Appreciate that, man. Very much so. So, Italia Gangster, what the fucking about in the chat there? Took you long enough. What are you talking about? I had to pee. I don't do, Sharifi, I don't do any pre-workout anything. I just do the workout. I just do the workout and I drink water. Anyway, the reason why I brought that up is because I do the workout before I do my show. And I usually work out for about an hour to an hour and 20 minutes, depending on how hard it is. And I drink one of these, my big pineapple glass. This is about a pint and a half, okay? So I drink that while I'm working out. And then I start the show. And I drink another one while I'm doing the first hour. And now I'm on my third one. So you don't think I'm going to be peeing like all the time? Like I got to pee a lot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Oh! But you know how it is. But anyhow, here's this X25. This goes back to G-Mania Super Chat there, the X25. So they gave me this nice little plaque here. And it says, "Thanks for being on the journey with us, X25." And it's like a I don't know, it's like a hard plastic sort of thing. And there it is right there. And it's an X25 commemorative sort of whatever. And again, it says, "Thanks for being on the journey with us." And the back gives you a glimpse of what... Sorry, I'll try to put it in the middle of the screen here. And the back gives you a glimpse of what the X25 Xbox is going to look like. Pretty cool, eh? So there it is. Yeah, Sharifi, I just go on pure adrenaline, buddy. Pure adrenaline. So anyway, they gave me that beautiful little plaque thingy, whatever. And let's see. Original. No, we already did that. We already did that. I have an idea, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, so you know what we're going to do? And it's going to be the first name that shows up in the chat. You guys want this? Does somebody want this? I'll send it to you. Hey, 5.0 Trade Gaming, how you doing, man? Does anybody want this? Tell me in the chat if you guys want this little plaque. It's not big, but it's really nice. It's like I said, it's silver on the front, and on the back is the actual what the X25 console looks like. Does anybody want this thing? I'll give it to you guys if you want it. I won't say anything else into it, but I got another super chat in the meantime. Hey, Dead Time, how you doing, man? Creed, once again, ladies and gentlemen, unlocks another rare achievement, ladies and gentlemen. The man has dropped a third super chat tonight and drops €2. Thank you so much, Creed. You've been on fire tonight, buddy. Thank you so much for all the support, man. He goes, "I have sent you the info on the PS5 message mag." All right, I will check that out. All right. Okay. No, literal table, I'm not going to keep it. I'm going to give it away. Literal table. Did I even say hi to you yet? D Parks is in the house. How you doing, KLZ? All right, tell you what. I'll give it away, and it's going to be the first one that shows up in the chat, okay? Who says this? Who gets the answer to this? We did one before. What was the original release date for Halo Combat Evolved? First one to get in the chat gets it. First one in the chat gets it. Ty Gangster, I'll send you something else. Because your super chat came in too late. I already put the stipulation. Skulls Gaming, burn that thing. No, the exact date. Green Pulse Wire wins, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to hell,
Oops, I pressed the wrong button. I didn't mean to press that button. We're going to press it again. Yes, that is it. Tom from Toonami, August 17, 1986. The exact date. Green Pulse Wire wins, ladies and gentlemen. It is November 15th, 2001. Okay, so there it is. Jedi Warrior, you're too late. You're too late. I know everybody put the year, but I wanted the exact date. There it is. All right, Green Pulse Wire, you get it. Listen, dude, Green Pulse Wire, do me a favor. Silver Wolf, how you doing? I don't even know if I said hi to you yet. Green Pulse Wire, hit me up on the DMs. You know where to find me, either on Xbox, PlayStation, or on Twitter. And give me your information, and I'll send it to you. Just like I did for Maverick, who got these, ladies and gentlemen. He got this. Maverick got the 25th anniversary commemorative pins, and it shows all the different insignias from Xbox, including the new one from the Slayer, Asha Sharma.
Asha Sharma wins. Fatality.
There you go, Asha Sharma, Fatality. There it is. So I gave away that one, and then I just gave away this one that goes to Green Pulse Wire. So Green Pulse Wire, hit me up. Italia Gangster, you've been such a huge supporter. Tell you what, I'm going to send you something anyway. I just haven't figured out what. Don't worry, you'll get something. I got a whole bag full of swag, all right? I'll get something for you. Don't worry about it. Forget about it. You know what I'm talking about? Anyways, let's carry on. We got Italia Gangster going there with a $2 super chat. Actually, he says, me, please. All right, don't worry. Don't worry, Italia Gangster. I'll get you something. I'll get you something. Don't worry about it. Yes, thank you so much. And G-Mania comes in, drops another $5 super chat. Let's go. Thank you so much, G-Mania. And he says, for $5 he says, I saw your cabinets in the back and decided to buy golden tea. Fantastic. He goes, question, how many F-bombs did you say putting them together? Zero. You know why, G-Mania? I love putting stuff together. Like when I get something from IKEA or whatever, like one of those things, and like my wife buys a barbecue, comes in a box, and it's like 500 pieces. I love doing that shit. So you know what I do? I sit down, I grab a beer, and then I turn on a podcast, like whatever podcast I want to listen to, and I have a podcast playing, and I set up in the garage outside, and I just sit there and I put all the pieces out, and it's like I'm putting together a big Lego, so I really enjoy it. Now, the thing is, with these cabinets, if any of them are an Arcade 1 or whatever, I would have to build those. I would build it in the house because you don't want to be carrying that shit after you build it because it's too heavy. So whatever room you want to buy, if you're buying an arcade 1-up, then you have to build it yourself. If you're buying in the actual arcade, well, then they're gonna have to send it into your house with a dolly and whatever else, right? So we'll do that. You know, that's how it goes. But yeah. Anyways, no F-bombs for me, G-Mania, because I love doing that stuff, man. It's so much fun to me. Like I said, it's like playing Lego, like an old man Lego. And just like I love building things. Like, you know, my wife will buy furniture, and I'll be like, yes, and I get so excited. And I sit down and I build it, and it's awesome. I love it. And Italia Gangster comes in and drops another gifted member. The man is on fire today. I have no choice. I got to give him something now. The man is buying his way to my heart. Italia Gangster. And the gifted member went to our dear friend with the best stripper name in the business, Dallas LeBeau. Literal Table, I will be doing something for the channel members as well. I'm actually giving away, because we have to go back for the channel members. You remember I'm doing a giveaway of Fable. So don't bother getting it on Game Pass if you win it, because I'm buying it for you. So I will be giving away Fable. And remember when I did that, I still have all the dates. I said I need a date, and whoever gives me the closest date to the release date, I know it said date a lot of times, they win a copy of Fable from me, and I will be sending that out to them as well. Or in the very least, I could do a universal a digital code and just give you a digital code for the game. So I will take care of that. So yes, so I'll be giving away Fable. I just have to go through that, and maybe I'll do that next week because we actually have the release date now, right? So I have to see who is closest, and I will announce the channel member winner who made that. And now the thing is, when I did that, I didn't have that many channel members or subscribers to the channel. So everybody who is a channel member, you have a much better chance of winning. So yeah, that's not fair. Yeah. So like I'm going to be doing that. So whoever got closest with the Fable one, I have that recorded, and I will announce that next week. And then, of course, when the time comes, you will get a universal digital code. I'm assuming that you're not in Canada, which most of my viewers aren't in Canada, so there it is. It is what it is. But yes, I will be giving away that Fable as well. Italia Gangster gives another gifted member. Thank you so much, Italia Gangster. And he said, and Gamer Dad got it. Thank you so much. And hey, Gamer Dad.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
There you go. Sir C. Julius. Oh my God, that's funny. He says, Mag gonna send you a Magnum and say, stay safe. I kid. Oh man, yeah. Q Max, get out of here. He goes, y'all getting swag, but Mag promised me the 25th Xbox. I'll be selling that for 10,000 Canadian dollars. Anybody wants it? Yeah. Lou Bega, that sounds like heaven. I'm assuming you're talking about when I was building stuff. Thank you, Ty Gangster, for the gifted member as well. Appreciate that. There you go. Andy Ackerman has dropped the members only Discord in the chat. It is all there. You didn't partake in that literal table? God damn it, man. You were here, weren't you? You are in Canada. Silverwolf, Mag, don't add me to that since I don't play Fable. Better it goes to someone who will really enjoy it. Well, I have to go through the list of who was closest to the date because I have it all recorded. And I will announce it next week. So I will go through it, and I'll see who the closest to the date actually was, and that person wins a copy of Fable. So if you're not on Game Pass, now the thing is, you may not even be an Xbox gamer. You might be a PlayStation gamer. It's coming to PlayStation. It's going to Steam. So whoever the winner is, you have to tell me your platform of choice, and I will give you a copy of Fable. So, and we will be doing all of that. So we will be doing more giveaways as the channel continues to grow. And of course, I like to give back to the community as much as I can. So like I said, when I started the channel, everything that I bought, all this fancy equipment and everything for the channel, I bought specifically to make the channel better for everybody, for viewing pleasure and whatever else. Better sound, better video, better quality, better everything across the board. And so I did all that. And now, we can give back to the community now. And that's what we do. So yeah, you're in Canada too, Little Table. I didn't realize that. I thought you were American for some reason. Q-Max again, don't forget my 25th Xbox like we talked. Fucking guy. Yeah, Infernal Earth, yeah. We paid for it, raffle it, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Actually, you kind of did. You didn't kind of, you totally did. You totally did. You totally did to send my ass out there to L.A. Yes, and of course, Kung Fu Hot Dog. I haven't seen him around in a minute. He was actually in XNC. But either way, yeah, he was there last time I saw him on XNC on Monday, and he gifted me those microphones, the lavalier microphones, the really nice ones that I used for the trip, for when I did the vlogging. And he says, you vlogged the whole trip. And I'm like, yep, absolutely. So that's what I did. I vlogged the whole trip, and I will be using those new lavalier Pulse microphones that I got from him. They're professional ones, beautiful. I'll be using those for all the cooking videos, which, by the way, starts again next week. So, yeah, that's all that. Just Prince is saying, no GTA 6 for me. I guess no physical, no buy. Yeah, there's no physical, man. So basically, it's like a surprise, surprise, fuck you. You open the box, and there's nothing but a digital code in there. So, Chris, the best time to come out here is the summer, man. The summer is amazing up here. The summer's incredible. It's hot. Don't be fooled, man. Everybody thinks Canada, they all live in igloos, and they play hockey, and they fucking live in the snow. Fuck you, man. It's hot up here. Okay? I was in California, okay, and California was like 5 degrees, Celsius, so for Americans, like 15 degrees. It was like, okay, let me translate it for everybody. When I left Toronto to get to LA, it was 90 degrees here. Well, it was 88 to be exact. Sorry. So it was 88 degrees when I got to LA, it was like 76. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I got out of the airport. I got out of the plane, and I was cold. And I'm like, why is it cold over here? I mean, it felt cold compared to 88, right? And I'm like, it's cold here. I'm like, what the fuck? And then at nighttime, it gets really cold in LA. And I was like freezing my balls off walking around. Mind you, as soon as I had like 8 pints or 9 pints in me, I didn't feel anything. It could have been minus 30. I wouldn't have felt it. You know what I mean? However, it gets hot up here. But in the summer, which basically is starting like this week proper, like it gets anywhere from being, for my American friends, it gets anywhere between like 85 to 100 degrees here in Toronto. It gets fucking hot here, man. It gets hot here. So, like, a lot of people are not... Yeah, Dallas, 108 for you. Yeah, but yeah, look where you are, though. But, like, nobody expects, like, Canada to be hot. Trust me, it gets fucking hot here in the summer, man. Brutally hot. For everybody else who works on Celsius, in the summer, it goes anywhere from 28 degrees to 40 degrees Celsius. And that doesn't include the humidex and all that stuff, man. It's brutal. Yeah, Infernal Earth, 110. Jesus, yeah. Yeah, that's like a... Oh, yeah, it's hot up here. I mean, the best time to come up to Canada is the summertime. It's absolutely gorgeous up here. Yeah, it's wild. Alex, I will be checking out all the stuff about the World Cup very soon. Yes. So anyways, We talked about the GTA 6 thing, which launches just in over an hour now, at least the pre-orders anyway, not the game itself. And now we're going to talk about the last thing. Okay, the last thing we're going to be talking about tonight is we're going to be talking about this this new Xbox Game Studios sort of leak or whatever that came out. I'm not really 100% sure how to say it. What it is. It came out. Kay Asante did an article about it. Shout out to him. By the way, Kay Asante is absolute gem of a human being. Absolutely love that dude. He's absolutely amazing. Every time I saw him in LA, the man just beams light and energy. Like he's just got a vibe about him, man. He's always smiling. He's super enthusiastic. He's always energetic. Hey man, how's it going? This and that. And he's always like buzzing around doing stuff. And like. The man is just incredible, man. The man is just the vibe. I'll tell you that much. So anyhow, yeah, I know Iron Storm. You guys are getting roasted out there in the UK, and a lot of homes in the UK don't have air conditioning. I understand why, because your houses were not built for central air conditioning. Not like here. Like a lot of houses here are built relatively recently. Of course, everything is built with air conditioning and heating already put together in the house, right? So like you guys get fucked. Snow Dragon, how you doing? H&S in the house as well? How you guys? Sergeant Essentials in the house? How are you? Yeah, I forgot this was on tonight. Whiskey be flowing here, and hey, nice. Cheers to you, buddy. Cheers to you. Yeah, I'm not drinking tonight, folks, because I got to do the charity barbecue tomorrow morning. I'm cooking for 400 kids tomorrow. Okay, so I gotta, I gotta be straight as an arrow. However, anyways, the last thing we're gonna be talking about tonight, folks. We're already at 2 hours and 7 minutes. That's actually mind-blowing. I didn't even think we were that long. But anyways, we are. We're going to be talking about this leak that came back from Kay Asante. Well, the article that he had posted. And let me put this in Xbox. Sorry, I'm doing the timestamp. And I'll read you parts of the articles, okay? And it says... The title is Xbox. Go check out Kay Asante, by the way. Go check out his channel and go check out his webpage, thegamingcircle.com, and of course his actual YouTube channel and the podcast he does with Everborn Saga. Scumbag who doesn't call me and doesn't talk to me. Yeah, I love him too, man. No, Everborn Saga is an amazing guy. He's such a great guy. They're both amazing. Anyway, go check out the Gaming Circle. So anyways, the article was as follows. Xbox Game Studios equals cooked. Now, he didn't give that he named that at the top of his article, but it was actually, that was said by somebody else. However, I will read you portions of this. Okay, I'll read portions of this article. And we go. Every once in a while, you hear news that forces you to take a seat. For about a week now, there has been rampant speculation regarding the status of Xbox Game Studios and which studios or teams, if any, will be shuttered or spun out. While we have heard a lot of wild speculation, mostly from me, all signs seem to coalesce, great word, around the idea that this will be a massive shift, leading to significant turmoil for developers, creatives, and their families. Okay, so... Anyways, let's carry on. The anonymous Microsoft leak on Blind. Now, if anybody doesn't know what Blind is, that's hey, Z Birdman, how you doing? It says on Blind, the anonymous corporate social media network that requires users, this is where it gets interesting, folks, requires users to verify their employment with a company before accessing its internal posts. The following was reportedly posted on June 22nd at or around 3 p.m. Pacific time. Anonymous poster AlphaCat64 posted, and I quote, Xbox Game Studios equals cooked. Big week coming up next week for XGS. Compulsion Games, Ninja Theory, Flight Simulator, World's Edge, Age of Empires, and Double Fine all closed. Just over 1,000 people laid off across studios. Another employee asked for source, and AlphaCat replied with extended LT meeting, which occurs every Monday. Yes, that I already knew about because I know people who are part of that too. Hence where I get some of my information. The person then asks if Pierre Hintz is affected, but he is told by AlphaCat64, Halo is safe, Gears 2. Most of the layoff numbers come from entire studio closures. Okay, so... sorry, let me continue one last thing here. This is another user chimes in and asks, aside from the studio closures, any news on all up layoffs across the rest of Xbox? I'm assuming there's going to be a pretty significant event impacting all of the other studios and service teams. A separate user replied with yes, services org and potentially platform orgs. AlphaCat responds with, There will be layoffs at other studios, no closures outside of those listed. The core platform .org is safe for engineering and PM. I don't know what the hell PM stands for. So yeah. Hey, Beer Baron, how's it going, man? Oh, he's streaming solo too right now? Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Normally, I'm not on Wednesday nights, right? But I had to do Wednesday because I had to miss yesterday's show, unfortunately. So, yeah. Oh, dude, I know. KLZ, I know, man. You're in Perth, Australia. I know how hot it gets there. My dad lived there for like 20-something years, right? My dad lived in Melbourne till he was like 22 or 23 years old, something like that. He lived in Melbourne, so like from when he was born all the way up until then. So yeah, I know the temperatures in Australia are pretty wild. Anyways, back to this. Yes, so that's basically what it is. The only part of the situation that can be verified is that the poster must be a Microsoft employee to post on the Microsoft and Xbox related sections of the platform. Beyond that, this text simply serves as more smoking point toward a potential impending fire. While I have screenshots in my possession of this conversation, I will not be posting them online for obvious reasons. Needless to say, hopefully the teams affected by this land on their feet sooner rather than later, and on and on and on. So there it is. So that's the thing. Yes, RJ's Fun Time, you're right. Now, this was actually clarified by Lono, Reforged Gaming, who's talking about that, is saying that, Team Asobo are the ones who did Flight Simulator. However, from what I understand, is that there is an actual Flight Simulator team that works at Xbox that are support team. They're not part of Team Asobo. Because Team Asobo does their own thing or whatever, right? But apparently there's a Flight Simulator team that works at Microsoft that supports the studio, that supports Asobo with that game. So I think that that's what they're referring to, if that is indeed the case. Right? Product management. Thank you, Green Pulse Wire. Appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, Dominic, how you doing, man? They're not going to shutter the game. No, Dominic. They're not shuttering the game. It's not Team Asobo. It would be that support. Dallas. By the way, go check out Reforged today. He actually had King David on there today. It was Reforged and King David were talking. And then yesterday, it was Reforged and Lord Cognito. So go check that out. It was actually both shows were, both little talks they had were really, really good. Yeah, so go check that out. Reforged did the talk with King David today. It's about an hour and a half. I only listened to the first 20 minutes because obviously I had to go live. But after that, when I'm done the show and getting ready for bed or whatever, I'm going to listen to the rest of the show. So anyways, I'll let that information sink in and see what you guys think about that whole thing. So those studios, again, that were being said by this poster, this Microsoft employee, was Compulsion, Ninja Theory, the Flight Simulator support team, World's Edge, Age of Empires, and Double Fine. So, what do you guys think about that? Hey, Supernova, how you doing, man? Lou Bega comes and drops a $2 super chat. Thank you, Lou Bega, for the $2 super chat. And then yeah. Lou Bega says, didn't like Xbox calling you out last week for an email. Yes, that is also true. That was pretty wild. Anyway, we'll see how that plays out. We'll see how it plays out. But anyhow, thank you, Lou Bega. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, don't shoot the messenger. Yeah, and you know what the funny thing is? When I said that's exactly what they're going to do. They said they're going to shoot the messenger, and they did. But that's fine. Everything worked out just fine. But anyways, we'll see how it all goes down. Now, yes, so Destructo. Hey, Destructo, how you doing, man? Yes, so apparently from this guy, or gal, we don't know, could be a man or a woman, this AlphaCat 64 is saying that those 5 studios are being shut down completely. That's the thing. We don't know. We don't know what the hell's going on. So yeah, but anyway, that's just another one. So we don't know. We don't know what to believe and what's going to happen until, unfortunately, we have to wait till Microsoft actually comes out or Xbox comes out and Asha Sharma wins.
Fatality.
Yeah, there you go. So she's going to be doing the axe, and once she starts swinging that axe, then we'll know. We'll have confirmation as to what actually is happening and what's coming, what's canceled. Senua's in the mix there. You know, I don't know if that was just like a glorified demo to sort of sell, to use as a selling point and be like, hey guys, this is what we're working on. You know, if anybody's interested, or you know, maybe another company will not pick up the studio, but maybe they'll pick up the IP. I don't know, and maybe that'll help Ninja Theory stay open. I have no idea what the plans are, so we're gonna have to wait and see. Jafar from Aladdin says hello. Oh my God. Aladdin 3, Jafar gets an eye exam. That's a deep cut for anybody who watches Family Guy. Bethesda and Activision could be separate. Sure, they could, yeah. But like I said, once again, we're going to have to wait and see how this all works out. However, this isn't surprising reading these names, right? Because you think about like how these things fared, like the games they fared. Now, I'm not blaming the studios. I've sort of softened my stance on the entire situation. Like, you know, the first thing was to blame the studios and be like, oh, well, they made games and nobody wanted to play this and that, whatever. Well, it's not really that. It's just like I said, I sort of softened my stance on it because I'm just like, I think about it and I'm like, well, to be fair, and other YouTubers said it before I did, so I'll give them the credit, so to speak. But where it came to a point where I'm like, you know what? They were told to do this, right? From Phil Spencer. When Phil Spencer went in there and did his thing, like, he literally told them, make stuff for Game Pass, make interesting, unique, ideas or whatever that we could put into the service. And now the thing is, what people have to understand, I know, is that they were told to do that. You cannot just turn a game on a dime. Like, some of these games take 4 years, 5 years to make or whatever. They can't just say, oh, yeah, make this for a service or whatever, and then they're working on it for the next 3 years, or 3 to 5 years, whatever, at least for, like, the smaller titles and stuff, right? So when they're doing that, how can you expect a team to, after that, like it's too late? So that by the time Ashish Sharma shows up, this is what they've been working on for the last 5 years or 3 years or whatever, right? Depending on the size of the game. Like, if you look at something like, for example, Double Fine, they did the Light Gamekeeper, the Lighthouse Gamekeeper, and then they got the Kiln game or whatever, and they were making games that they were putting in Game Pass because that's what they were instructed to do. So now what ends up happening is, now you got the new management that comes in.
Asha Sharma wins.
You know what I mean?
Fatality.
And then you got Satya breathing down her neck.
Satya Nadella.
They got them breathing down your neck all of a sudden. They're like, new management, new rules. And they're like, yeah, well, whatever you were told to do before, it's not profitable for us. You're fired, basically. You know what I mean?
You're fired!
So like that being the case, I mean, like, it's kind of unfair for them, but what are you supposed to do when new management comes in, new management, new rules? You're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You kind of got fucked over. Not kind of. You totally got fucked over. Oh, Ion Storm, I hate that. When you're up late, like drinking or partying or whatever, and you're sitting out in the front porch and you hear the birds start chirping and you see the light coming up, you're like, oh, God, this is going to be a rough day. Yeah, no. So, like, it's a situation. It's like, well, what do you do from their point of view? They're just doing what they were told to do. But then when new management comes in, you're fucked. Because if they decide to change, like, their strategy, you just shit out of luck. They just better hope that they get good compensation for being fired. But I know that one thing for sure, there's a lot of companies in the United States, trust me, I deal with them, or at least I used to deal with them, is that the companies in the United States don't fucking treat their employees too well. Like, I mean, like the Canadian labor laws and the U.S. labor laws, because the corporation I've been working for the last decade and a half, from the American point of view, they were like, oh, no, we're giving you this. But the Canadian government is like, no, these are Canadian employees. You have to give them this. And they get pissed off because they don't want to give us all these things, but we have better labor laws than down there. So I don't know, but I'm hoping that Microsoft, being a multi-trillion-dollar company, will take care of those people and take care of them financially enough that they can get back on their feet and get something else. So I'm hoping that that's the case for them. Now, the other side of the coin is this. They were not building these games to purchase. They were building these games because they were focusing all in on Game Pass. The purchases of these games came after the fact with Project Latitude. Right, Noisy Mofo, was a test to grow Game Pass and didn't work. And that's the thing. So they weren't building these games to sell. They were building these games because, remember, these guys started these games not like last week. They started them in 2019, 2018, 2020 when Game Pass was ramping up and they were hoping for that 60 to 100 million subs. not what they're at now, under 30. So that being the case, they weren't building it to sell. They were building it for Game Pass because their projections, like I said a million times, if you go to the ABK trials, just go check it out. They literally said in 2026, their projections show them at 60 million subs. They're not even at fucking 30. So can you blame the studios for not, their focus was not to sell. Their focus was to engage on the service, not to sell. The selling part started to become more of a focus when they did Project Latitude. However, there is a fundamental problem here, and the fundamental problem is this, is that even though some of the games I enjoyed, I played them all. By the way, I started Avowed the other day. I got Game Pass. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just try it. And, I'm messing around with Avowed right now, amongst other things. And they just weren't compelling to people. Because what was happening was, even Xbox, and I'll just say it, even Xbox gamers weren't playing those games. Like I said a million times before, again, I keep having to repeat myself, but go to the achievements. People weren't even putting more than an hour and 45 minutes into some of these games. Yes, you can call it the Game Pass effect where, you've got hundreds of games, so people go, oh, let me just fart around with this for a bit. Oh, let me fart around for this or that. Oh, let me fart. So it almost creates like an ADHD sort of like vibe about it. Whereas like even Dante, when we were on XNC last week, not this week, the week before, and Dante said, shout out to him, he's a great guy, by the way. And he said on the thing too, he says, well, he goes, you get this ADHD effect where people are not doing that. He says, but if you spend $70 on a game, you bet your ass you're going to put your time into it because you spent all that money. He said, but when you're in that subscription service, and let's say you bulked up for like a year or 2 years or whatever, you're paying for much cheaper, then people are not engaging as much in those games, and they're not finishing them. They're not even getting to the second level. Hi-Fi Rush, people didn't play it. You can go to like the second level, the second world of that game was still a rare achievement in the first fucking year it came out. So people weren't engaging. Right? So like that's a thing. And then when people were engaging and then they did Project Latitude, they pushed it off over there and then people weren't buying it on PlayStation. I mean, they were, but just not like a lot. The only ones that did were like a big banger, like for example, Forza Horizon 5 sold 6 million copies, which is fucking insane. And then on top of that, and that's why you'll never see Forza ever go exclusive to Xbox. I'll tell you that right now. Because the other thing is too, let's see what happens in the fall with Forza Horizon 6. Mind you, the fall is a very, very heavy time with a lot of big AAA games coming out. People are going to have to make financial decisions. They can't buy them all. You know what I'm saying? So that's a situation. But I digress. When it comes to this, there's a lot of different, there's no simple answer. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get at here. There's no simple answer where you could say, well, this is the reason why this is happening, or this is the reason. It's a multitude of small reasons all turning into one big one. You know what I mean? It's multifaceted. You can't just look at it and say, well, it's because of this. It's because of Ashish Sharma, and that's it. Or, you know what I mean? Or the games didn't sell, that's it. No. It's just like in real life. There's never really just simply one answer. It's multiple answers sort of built up into one, case, so to speak, right? And that's how it kind of works out. And that's why this is happening. Now, these companies, when you look at these games like Compulsion Games, I loved South of Midnight. Loved it. I even bought it on the Switch too, by the way. I played it 2.5 times on Xbox, did the review, and I played it. The only reason I played it 2.5 times is because I was running through some areas, whatever, for part of my review. And then I bought it again on the Switch too. Loved it, right? But it took too fucking long to make, cost too much money, and people did not engage. People did not buy it, and people didn't play it. So it's no surprise that if Asha's coming in and she's going to start swinging that hammer.
Asha Sharma wins. Fatality.
You know what I mean? And she comes in and starts doing her thing. All she's looking at is dollars and cents. She don't give a fuck. It's a passion project. Okay, cool, passion project. Nobody cares. It didn't make money. Bye. And that's what's going to happen, unfortunately. And that's part of the deal, that when you get someone who's not in the gaming industry, who's now running that part of the gaming industry, that gaming sector for Microsoft, is that she's going to make cold, hard decisions based on corporate, not on, Todd Howard's my buddy. We go out for beers every Thursday night or whatever, and this and that. I'll give him a chance on this one. It's not going to work that way. So she has that sort of cold, unconnected view and looking at it strictly from the financials, and that's what's going to happen. So Compulsion is no surprise. Ninja Theory, same thing. Ninja Theory, is talented. Very talented at what they do. But what they're doing is just not connecting enough with people to the point where it's actually making the money. It's actually costing them a shitload of money. They had the mocap studio, and the games are taking too long. You know what I mean? 5 years, 6 years for Stellar Blade, 6 years almost. I was about to say Stellar Blade, Jesus Christ. For Hellblade, 5 years or whatever, however long it took, and then it came out. It was a 5-hour game that just walked through, and that was it. It was basically just like a, like a tech demo, just like, with a little bit of like rudimentary combat in it. People didn't like it. Within like the second day, no one was talking about it anymore. It was gone. And it was a financial failure. That's a problem. So like maybe Ninja Theory, as talented as they are, and I think it's a travesty that's going to happen, if it happens, then they're fucked. You know what I mean? Because then they're just too costly and they're just not producing something. Now, the thing is, then they come out swinging with Senua, an actual action game based in the universe of Hellblade or whatever. Yeah, it still stars Senua, but like it's an action adventure game, sort of like a God of War kind of vibe to it and whatever, and just a hack and slash kind of thing, or even like Heavenly Sword. I'm all in. And I'm like, this is what they should have done. That's what they should have done. And like they should have released that. That probably would have been huge. Instead of Hellblade 2. And then do Hellblade 2 like after. I don't know. I don't run the studios. But I could see that be a financial situation. The Flight Simulator thing, I think that's just the support team. Okay? I think that's just the support team. Obviously, it's not Asobo. Asobo has got nothing to do with Microsoft except for partnerships. But besides the partnerships, they're not run or owned by Microsoft in any which way or form. So maybe by Flight Simulators talking about the Flight Simulator support team, that actually works at Xbox. World's Edge, Age of Empires, a little shocking, a little surprising. Not shocking, but like a little bit surprising because my understanding is that the Age of Empires people are quite popular. But maybe, I don't know, maybe they're just going to get cut back. I'm not saying this is a fact. We're just analyzing what's being said. Double Fine, I could absolutely see that. I think the biggest mistake that happened, and it's not their fault, really. I honestly to God, I really don't blame them. However, they should have been co-developed. Instead of just developing Keeper and Kiln, they should have had those on very small teams. I know it's not a huge team, but it should have been an even smaller teams working on those two games, and they should have gone right, like strike while the iron's hot, because Psychonauts 2 was fantastic. It was the Xbox game of the generation, hands down. Nothing comes close to it so far. I mean, Gears might take that, but we'll have to wait and see. I think that this generation, the best game of the generation for Xbox was Psychonauts 2. And it was nominated for Game of the Year. How do you get a nomination? And that's actually, you know what? That's Double Fine's fault. How do you get nominated for Game of the Year? By the way, Xbox also won, what's it called? Publisher of the Year in 2021. And Psychonauts 2 was nominated for Game of the Year. How do you not immediately greenlight Psychonauts 3 literally the day that they got nominated for Game of the Year? What the fuck are you doing? That should have been a no-brainer. And the fact that it's 2026, that's 5 years, Psychonauts 3 should have come out this spring. No excuses. Not Kiln and not Keeper. You could have those games in development and make them smaller with a smaller team with the oversight of Jack Black there that works over there, right? And just do your thing and whatever else. But they should have worked on Psychonauts 3 the next day. The next day after they were nominated for Game of the Year with Psychonauts 2. That is a Phil Spencer mistake. He has to own that shit. He owns that because he's the boss. He should have gone in there because you fucking damn well know Sony would walk in there, and if they get a game for Game of the Year or whatever, you bet your ass that Sony's walking into that studio or calling him the next day and going, start working on a sequel now. No, I don't give a fuck about your Lighthouse game. Now. That's what they would do. Right? And that's how they continue their success for the last 30 years. And that's why they're succeeding. And Nintendo, same thing. Start working on a Game of the Year, make a sequel. I don't give a fuck. What does Hollywood do? We have a hit movie on our hands. Start writing a sequel. Right? This is a no-brainer. That's their fault. So anyways, I don't see that list being that far off. I could absolutely see that. But I don't know if they're going to be complete closures. I think they will be. I think that's pretty accurate. The only one that's in the balance right now, Arcane, because, from what I understand, I've heard it from multiple people, by the way, is that Blade is not good. They're having a lot of trouble with it. So, I don't know. But like I said, I'm putting my hands up and being like, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how this all turns out. But either way, that list that we talked about tonight, that makes a lot of sense to me. Let's catch up with the people. We got Lou Bega coming and dropping another $2 super chat. Let's go, Lou Bega. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. And then for the $2, he says, would have stopped AAA Game Pass day and date, instead of studio closures. Yes, that is coming for some games, I think. I have a gentleman's bet right now that Elder Scrolls 6 will not be day and date in Game Pass. Call of Duty's already been pulled. Elder Scrolls, I think, Elder Scrolls 6 will not be in. I just think. It's just, like I said, it's a gentleman's bet. I did my virtual handshake with Colt. He already lost one. He's going to lose this one. I say Elder Scrolls 6 is not going day and date in Game Pass because Bethesda never wanted to be part of Game Pass. And I know that is a fact because I've spoken to people at Bethesda who said they were pissed from day one. They were not pissed about being acquired. They were pissed about going into a subscription service because of their financial structure when it came to bonuses and such. You know, so yeah, but I agree with you, Lou Big. I agree with you 100% with that one. And we've got G-Mania once again dropping another $5 super chat. The man is out of control. Thank you so much, G-Mania, for another Canadian $5 super chat. And because of that, he unlocks another rare achievement, ladies and gentlemen. The man is wild and out of control tonight. Thank you, G-Mania. And he says, for $5 Canadian dollaroonies, he says, you think Ninja Theory would be okay because they make money by renting out, that's true, by renting out their motion capture studio that they own when they are not using it. Okay, hold on. Now, here's the thing. Hey, Michael Beach, how you doing, man? Your name is Mr. Michael Beach, and you were at the beach today. I love it. Oh yeah. GTA 6 is a single campaign only, but GTA Online is a thing that will be coming out after the fact. Michael Beach. Sorry, G-Mania. Let's get back to your thing here. Here's the thing. G-Mania, again, thank you for the super chat. And he says the Motion Cap Studio, they do not own it, from what I understand. G-Mania. My understanding is that Microsoft owns the mocap studio, not Ninja Theory. So if Ninja Theory dissolves, then the IP of Hellblade belongs to Microsoft, and the mocap studio belongs to Microsoft. Unless they decide to be incredibly kind and just say, fuck it, you guys can have all of it and whatever. Just sorry, we're shutting you down, but I don't see that happening because I don't think that I don't think that they have that much heart. I'm giving corporations way too much credit by thinking that they're nice. Don't forget anything, folks. I don't care what you believe in or what you're into or what your favorite plastic box is or what your favorite company is. I can tell you this. It doesn't matter which one it is. They all fucking hate, they don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about you at all. They don't give a shit about you at all. I will repeat that over and over. I worked for a massive corporation for the last 15 years. Okay? I don't anymore. I'm done. They don't give a flying F about you. It's whatever's better for them. So when it comes to Ninja Theory, I could bet your ass that if they send them packing, Microsoft's keeping that IP and they're keeping that mocap studio. And Ninja Theory's out on their ass. That's what I'm thinking. I might be totally off base, and you can stick it in my face next week if I'm wrong. Pause. You know what I mean? But that's just my personal feeling. That's how I feel about that. So I hope that answered the question, G-Mania. So yeah, that's the thing. You're not wrong. They were making money by renting out the mocap studio, but I don't think it belongs to them. It belongs to Microsoft. So that fucking sucks. And Mr. Supernova comes in, drops a $5 super chat. Let's go. Thank you there. Thank you very much, Supernova. Sorry, I was trying to speak while I was swallowing water. Mr. Supernova, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. And he says, I dislike job losses, but business isn't charity. Well, you know what's funny, Supernova? That's exactly what I was literally just saying to G-Mania. So these two super chats tie in perfectly. And he says, business isn't charity. Spencer failed to guide studios toward art that's profitable. Yes! 150% correct. They didn't learn from Tango's closure. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, Mr. Supernova, that super chat, you are 100% correct across the board with that one. Yes, I agree with you 100%. And yes, that like I said, that also ties into G-Mania super chat about the mocap studio. You know, so that's a thing. I don't know. We'll have to see how that all we'll have to see how it all plays out, but it will play out very soon because if everybody knows that June 30th is that deadline before they hit that next quarter. Right? So they're going to get it all done before next week. And I think that's a Tuesday. And I have a feeling they're not going to wait till the last day. I think Colt said he was thinking it'll be this Friday because they like to do things on Friday so people don't go back in the office and shoot up the place. You know, that's actually a thing, by the way. That's actually a thing. A lot of people, they fire people on Fridays because they figure they'll go off for the weekend and no one's in the office, so they don't come back the next day and start, like, you know, doing crazy shit. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, maybe this Friday might be that day. If it is that day, then I mean, if the hammer drops and she starts doing fatalities,
Asha Sharma wins. Fatality.
If that happens, then Friday Night Live will be a podcast, not a live stream of gaming. We'll turn that into a podcast if big news drops that day. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how it all goes down. And Mr. Supernova comes in and drops another $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Mr. Nova. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you so much, Mr. Supernova. Appreciate you, man. Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Supernova, for all of that. Appreciate the $5 super chat, $10 super chat, as it were. And he says, for an additional $5, he says, without day one Game Pass, many studios could have avoided closure. I agree. Gaming thrived before era of trash services, stronger and more diverse than today. Yes, also agree with that. Well, you know, the thing is, Supernova, you're basically nailing everything. I mean, it helps my wallet to have day one Game Pass for any games that I play up over there. You know, on the Xbox ecosystem. However, I'm not blind to the fact that without the subscription numbers that they require, they're losing money. You cannot have massive AAA games with massive AAA budgets and less than 30 million subscribers. It doesn't work. They need the sheer volume of numbers. And that's why Phil Spencer showed in the ABK trial that they would have 60 million subscribers in 2026. They most certainly are nowhere near that. In fact, I would suspect at this point, even though they gained some more back from the increases when they lowered the price and then it went up, but they had lost millions and millions of subs. Even Matthew Ball said it himself. From what I understand, in the town hall meeting that happened 3 months ago, I think it was 4 months ago now, that happened 4 months ago, and Asha Sharma said it was actually at 24 million. Now, they got millions back when the price went down. However, that came at a cost, no Call of Duty, but that it went up. So I suspect it's probably in the high 20s now, but it's still under 30 million. That's not where they need to be. You know what I'm saying? That's not where they need to be. So again, you can't but the thing is, like I said, when they greenlit these projects to go day and date in the Game Pass, they were expecting 60 million subs by now, which would have been just fine. Then you can have a $300 million budget on a Gears or a Halo or whatever, because it would be fine. You'd be making money. You'd be making a lot of money. They're making money now, but they in fact, are they? Asha said they were losing money every year, right? $500 million or whatever the hell it was every year they were losing. So, I mean, it came from her lips, not mine. You know what I'm saying? And when she said they lost money for year over year, I'm like, fuck. That's a situation. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's not coming from me. It's coming from her. Talk to her, you know? You know? But, you know, it's easier to blame me because I'm a YouTuber. I'm right here. Like, Asha's not here doing a show. If Asha was here doing a show, everybody in the chat could be like, whoa, what the fuck are you doing? Whatever. You know what I mean? But, like, she's the one who said the numbers. So they've been losing. And then Satya said the same thing. What did he say? He goes, we've been subsidizing them forever. He goes, we're done with that. We need to start making a profit on this. Basically, no, Xbox is not dead. Artie Sack said, no, they're not dead. They're not going anywhere. Xbox is going to be around. Sorry, we got to clarify that. When I talk the way I do, or any other, well, maybe there's some YouTubers out there, you know, who do you know who I'm talking about. And today we're talking about Xbox. You know, like, I don't do the Xbox is dead thing. They're not going anywhere. They have new hardware coming, new games coming. It's going to happen for years. Don't worry about that shit. But they're going to make the business more profitable for themselves. You know what I mean? It may come at the cost for you. Like, we don't know. We don't know what they're going to do. We're going to have to wait and see. All we can do is speculate like we do on these shows or whatever else, and discussions we have and things that we might see. But in the end, We're just going to have to wait and see how it all plays out and see what they decide to do, because I think it's not going to be just one thing. It's not going to be one day they're going to be like, by the way, we're closing this studio, we're shutting down this game, we're doing this. By the way, Game Pass is changing. It's all going to happen incrementally over time. But Dreamcast, Sir C. Chili said, well, you knew exactly what I was talking about. And today we're talking about, yeah, you know what I mean? So, like, yeah, Sons of Asgard. Sons of Asgard. Sons of Asgard. And he says, he goes, Xbox said they were aiming to get 100 million subs on Game Pass by 2030. Yes, and they knew, G-Mania MAGGCAST guy made an appearance. They knew, Sons of Asgard, that with those games that they're coming, a new Halo, new Gears, new Forza, they knew that they need those numbers in order to sustain those massive budgets. Elder Scrolls, whatever else, right? Starfield. Those are big. Those are big titles that cost big dollaroonies, folks. Mucho dinero. Okay? Mucho dinero. Mucho dinero! Hey, 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 hey. You know what I mean? Costs a lot of money. So therefore, they need those sheer numbers in order to be able to, you know, subsidize all that, so to speak, through the service. And, of course, make a ton of profit off of it on top of all that. And so, yeah. Dallas, I don't think so. I think Elder Scrolls 6 will probably have a higher budget simply because it's taken so long for them to make it. And I think, like, just the labor alone. See, that's another thing that people have to remember is that when a game's budget, most of it is going to the fucking salaries. You know what I mean? And when you get a game that takes 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, whatever, a lot of that's going to the salaries because the salaries are huge. A lot of them making six figures. Most of them, actually. The average is over six figures American, which is a shitload of money. Now imagine paying all those people over 7 years to make a game. Do you realize that 70% of the budget of the game is the fucking salaries? Right? So, like, a lot of that's got to do with it. So, like, I think that, like, you know, every year that passes, Fable, another one. Jesus Christ, can you imagine the budget on that game? I mean, Christ, Phil Spencer talked about that literally in 2017. I can tell you when. When they bought Playground Games, he said on the stage at E3, Playground Games, you know, known for their Forza Horizon open world racing, and he said, they're working on a new project and using their open world expertise on a new project. More on that soon. That was 9 fucking years ago. More on that soon. He literally said that. That was 9 years ago. By the time Fable drops, it'll be just a smidge under 10 years. Bronco, welcome to the channel, buddy. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. And of course, you got your name and lights. Even just for subscribing to the channel, you get your name and lights, folks. And of course,
welcome to hell.
Welcome to hell, buddy.
Motherfucker!
You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you get like a game like Fable that's taken, which from early production, even pre-production, all the way to the final product release, that's almost 10 years. You're paying a big team for 10 years. And if you've got under 30 million subs, why do you think it's going to PlayStation day one? Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy money, man. And a lot of that, hundreds of millions of that are going to salaries and benefits and time off and sick leave and maternity leave and everything else. That's all got to be paid. You know, people have babies in a span of 10 years. You know, when you watch a movie and it says, you know, or even like at the end of a game credits, you know, the game credits, and it says, you know, babies born during the production time or during the development time of this game, and it lists all the babies and shit. That's kind of cute. I like that, right? You know, it's fun. But that all has to be paid for by somebody. You know what I mean? Exactly, Sons of Asgard. He goes, paying people that much money for that many years for one game is crazy when you really think about it. Yes. So they have to have an ROI. A return of investment, correct? You know what I mean? So that's what Asha's looking to axe right now, and that's when she's gonna start doing some Mortal Kombat shit. You know?
Asha Sama wins. Fatality.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So anyways, to wrap up the show. Sorry, I got another super chat here. Sorry, my bad. I saw another super chat by D Kids comes in and drops a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, D Kids. I appreciate it very much, my friend. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. And he says, for $2, he says, showing some love, listen all the time. Oh, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. You guys are all the best, man. That's right. You guys are all the best. Yes, thank you so much, Deakins. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the support from everybody. Hit that like button. Help me out. I don't do shows where every 15 minutes I tell you to hit the like button. You just hit it or you don't. But I mean, it's right in front of your face. Just hit it, for God's sake. Every time I click on a video from anybody, I don't give a shit. I just hit the like button right away. Because I've already, if I'm subscribed to them, that means I like them. But you know, it is what it is. I'm not one of those guys. I'm not going to breathe down your neck about it. Anyways, the thing is, as I'm looking at the rest of this week, folks, we're now on a Wednesday night. So, you know, God will. Hey, the Great Wah is here. How you doing, buddy? I see it. Oh, for fuck's sake, Alex. Guys, listen to this, folks. The Ultimate Edition with tax for GTA 6 here in Canada is $175.
Yeah!
What? You gotta be fucking kidding me. No, Father Alex, no, we're done. Yeah, no. $175. Fuck! That's a lot of money, guys. I mean, it's a generational game, but like, fuck you, 175. That's without tax? Alex, are you kidding?
No!
So it's a $200 game, is what you're trying to tell me. I'm sorry, I had to pace the room. Alex, come on, man. Are you serious? I mean, that's really making me think twice now, man. Like, I mean, as much as I want to do it for a stream and everything, I mean, for streaming, I'm going to be streaming it a lot. But, I mean, if you're telling me, I mean, by the way, for anybody who doesn't have the context, Father Alex lives in Canada. I shouldn't be swearing in front of the man because he is a man of the cloth. It's okay. God and I have an arrangement. He knows. You know. But he lives in Canada, so he's one province over from me. But if he's saying it's 174.96, what the hell did he say? Let me see what he said. Hold on. The Ultimate Edition of GTA 6 here in Canada is $174.96 without tax, and I pay 13% tax. Kale's head, I have no idea. Anyways, whatever. We'll see. I'll stare at it for a while and take a look, and I'll make a decision. But either way, that's crazy. And we got Green Pulse Wire coming in, dropping a $5 super chat as well. Thank you so much, Green Pulse Wire. Appreciate it. And Green Pulse Wire says for $5 US. He says they need to drop the Series S 512 to $299 to get GTA 6 and Modern Warfare for people who need to upgrade. That's the move for the ultra casual. Absolutely, I agree with that. And I mean, they already dropped it now. Like if you go to Amazon Prime, or I know in Canada they're doing a deal at Best Buy right now here in Canada for the Series S. and it's like 400 Canadian, it's like $3.99 Canadian, so it's barely over $300 US. That's at there, and then that's at Best Buy. And then the Prime Days, the Amazon Prime Days, they're doing a big deal on Xbox hardware. Jesus. Sorry, Green Pulse Wire, thank you for that, by the way. I appreciate that very much, my friend. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate that. And he says that's the move for the ultra casual. Yes, I agree with that. And if you want to get people out there to get it, you're going to have to do it. That's the way to do it. Dallas Boy goes, I go piss and come back and Mag is pacing the room. Yeah, I'm pacing the room because I'm fucking pissed off. Yeah. Quebec pays 15% tax. We pay 13% in Ontario. Because, like I said, we got to subsidize the whole fucking country because everybody else doesn't seem to work outside of like there and, Alberta does. Alberta's got a... Alberta's like Texas North, right? So they're Texas North. They're the oil and cattle and cowboys and all that jazz. They're fucking awesome. Alberta's amazing, and obviously all the provinces are awesome. But like, I went to. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Okay, I went to Newfoundland and like nobody fucking worked. And I'm like, how are you guys not working? And you know what the guy said to me? The guy said to me in the bar. He goes, yeah. He goes, you're from Ontario, eh? I'm like, yeah, I'm from Ontario. He goes, well, you guys pay for it. And I'm like, yeah, I noticed. Oh my God. Anyways, thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat, Green Pulse Wire. Yes, and don't forget to hit me up for your prize, which of course you won, your X25 commemorative plaque. Yes, I'll be sending that out to you. Anyways, sell Switch 2. I'm not selling the Switch 2, man, because I'm going to Germany in September. I need something to play on the plane. Dova, how you doing, man? Move out of Canada, Meg. Canada's very fucking expensive, but I'll tell you one thing: it's beautiful and it's safe, and I'm happy to be here. So it is starting to get stupid. I mean, there's a point in time where I'm just like, I think Texas is looking good. But the thing is, I ain't getting any younger, and unless you have like a medical plan, you're fucked. Like you go like all our medicals are covered up here, everything, MRIs, all that shit. You don't have to pay for none of that. Going to specialists, going to the hospital, going to doctors, surgeries, everything is covered. So, that is kind of part of the reason why we pay so much tax. So, at the end of the day, oh, you did send me the info. Thank you, Green Pulse. So, at the end of the day, it kind of works out in our benefit, I guess, All right, Artie, thank you for stopping by, and thank you for the super chat, and thank you for clarifying your name as well. I appreciate that. So, anyhow, okay, well, so anyways, as I was saying, to wrap up the show, what I'm hoping to see by the end of this week is I'm thinking that I'm really hoping that a GTA 6 trailer drops tomorrow. If so, I will do a reaction video to it. I won't do it live, obviously, because it'll already be out. You know how it is. So, hey, Pierre David Moreau. Yeah, see you go. Quebec tax is outrageous. It is. Yeah, we're basically holding up the country. Like 3 provinces or 4 provinces, are holding up the whole. British Columbia, BC, Ontario, Alberta, and Quebec, and the rest of the country seems to be just hanging around, waiting for checks. But anyways, I'm hoping a GTA 6 trailer drops tomorrow, and then from there, we'll see if Asha Sharma decides to do her thing.
Asha Sharma
you know what I mean?
Fatality. Satya Nadella.
Anyway, we'll see. We'll see how that all goes down. So if that ends up happening, if indeed all these big cuts and slashes and like studio closures and all that shit that we're expecting to come up, if that happens on Friday, then instead of doing a live podcast, we will be doing an actual MAGGCAST where we'll sit down and talk about it and, do everything we got to do. And to round out the show, ladies and gentlemen, the man has gone wild. Look at this. Italia Gangster has gifted 10 gifted members. Unbelievable. The man is crazy and he's out of control. Let's go. Let's go. Italia Gangster. One. Yeah. Thank you, Italia Gangster, man. You are amazing. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate all that. My God. The man has gifted almost 15 gifted members in the chat tonight, folks. And Italia Gangster, thank you so much for all that. I appreciate you intensely. And the support you have given since joining the channel has been nothing short of legendary. And for all those new maggots out there,
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
welcome to hell to all the new members of the chat. Thank you so much for joining the channel. And of course, I would imagine one of our dear friends in the chat there, one of my moderators, will put the link to the members-only Discord. Go join the party. We have ourselves a hell of a party there all the time. So go check it out. Run by two of the greatest administrators in the entire planet, and they take care of everything. It's awesome. So go check it out. And Pierre David Moreau, you just became a member. That's amazing. So there you go. Make sure you thank Italia Gangster for all of that. Thank you so much. What an amazing way to close out the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. And Italia Gangster, thank you, man. You're absolutely incredible. Yes. There you go. Make sure you, hey, Neil, how you doing, man? I didn't see you in the chat there. Everybody, make sure you thank him, okay? And welcome to hell. And by the way, now that you're a maggot, you're stuck for life. So none of this, like, no re-upping bullshit. No, you're in for life. It's like the mafia. You know, like they cut your hand and then they light the card and they're like, may God kill your soul.
Welcome to hell.
That's what happens if you try to quit. That's how it goes. Thank you, Great Wah. Great Wah, one of our administrators for the Discord, actually just put the Discord in there. Go join it. Go join it. And let me tell you something. You'll make so many friends there, man, and everybody's there. People like there's PC gamers there, Xbox gamers there, PlayStation gamers there, Nintendo players there. Everybody's just doing their thing, talking, gaming, posting pictures, having a great old time. It is awesome, so go join it up. Hey, Falcon, how you doing, man?
Welcome to hell.
Yes. There you go. Welcome to hell, everybody. As one by one, everybody's joining the channel. So thank you, guys. Yeah, welcome to hell. Thank you, Italia Gangsta. Once again, let's do that for him. Let's give this theme music. There you go, Italia Gangsta. That's just for you, buddy. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Iron Storm says it correctly. He goes, Discord is just an extension of the chat. Welcome to hell. That's exactly it, man. Yeah, so that's exactly it. It's basically just it's an extension of what we're doing here now, and it just carries on. But you know the funny thing is, it goes on 24 hours a day because everybody's from all over the world, and everybody's, you know, doing their thing or whatever else. And then on top of all that, what ends up happening is everybody just starts making friends, and you're there. Like, it doesn't matter what time. Holy Jesus Christ.
Welcome to hell.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is unbelievable. It has happened. Grumpy old fart has done it. The man who I didn't even see him here the whole show, and all of a sudden he shows up. He's getting every song in the book, ladies and gentlemen. Grumpy old fart, get all the songs. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do a song. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Get it up. Get it go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Grumpy old fart comes in and drops not one, not two, but $300 super chat. Let's go. Unbelievable, Grumpy old fart. You are an absolute maniac. The man from Quebec himself. We have a lot of Quebecois in the chat tonight. Thank you, Grumpy old fart. Drops $300 in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. It is confirmed we will be playing Grand Theft Auto 6 Ultimate Edition, courtesy of Grumpy old fart, by the way, who has actually gifted almost every single game that has come out so far, and you've been watching on the channel, has been gifted by him, and he has said for 300 Canadian dollars. He says GTA 6 Mag, let's fucking go! He is a maniac. Let's go, some music. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's go. Let's go. Grumpy old farts in the house. Unbelievable. The man is out of control. Out of control. My God, grumpy old fart. Jesus. I'm out of breath. I'm sweating. I'm sweating from all the screaming. Grumpy old fart. Well, ladies and gentlemen, all the crying and all the moaning and me circling the room and bitching, it has now been official. It's official. In exactly 15 minutes, I will be ordering the Ultimate Edition of Grand Theft Auto 6 coming to this channel, and it will be played here live day one. I know everybody else is going to be playing it, but I'll be here playing it, and of course we'll be doing online as well, so you get to check out all the fancy cars and all the fancy things. And yes, even though we can't see the fingernails, we're still going to get the fingernails anyway. That's the way it rolls here. Thank you, Grumpy old fart. I don't know how many times I have to say thank you, but there it is, man. Yeah, no kidding, Dova. I know. Itchy, $300. Jesus, gonna need some boobs gifts to show on the screen for a super chat like that. Yeah, Unbelievable. Thank you so much, Grumpy Old Fart. Hey, dude, hit me up in the hit me up in the DMs, man. I haven't talked to you in a while, by the way. I want to see how you're doing. We haven't talked in a bit. It's been a couple of weeks, so I hope everything is good. KLZ, well deserved. Thank you, man. Well, there you go, folks. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. What a way to end the show. I did not expect any of that. I mean, we had Italia Gangster drop 10 gifted members as I'm saying goodnight, and then just before I sign off, Grumpy Old Fart just drops the monster on everybody. But you guys are all absolutely the best. I absolutely love every single one of you, man. Every single one of you. Love every single one of you guys. Absolutely incredible. Grumpy the Goat. That's what we're going to have to change his name to. Grumpy the Goat. I'm going to get a t-shirt made of that. Grumpy the Goat. Well, thank you. Yeah, well, there it is. The Ultimate Edition, day one. That's what we're doing. Grumpy Old Goat. Oh, Grumpy Old Fart, thank you so much. Italian Gangster, everybody else in between. You guys are absolutely amazing. And all the super chats that came in tonight, all the support, everything has been absolutely amazing. And yes, we will be playing that game. We will be playing the Ultimate Edition day one here on the channel. So absolutely incredible. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. And everybody, please do yourself a favor. Stay magnificent. Hit that like button. Tell your friends. I'm on Spotify too, by the way. I'm uploading the new video just before I go to bed tonight. The one from last week. That'll be up there. So if anybody can't catch me on YouTube, you can catch me on Spotify. I'm there. So it might be easier. Some people say it's easier for them when they drive and shit like that. So, yeah. So we're going to be doing all of that. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much. And thank you for all the support, man. I can't do this without you guys. So let's just see how this all goes down. If we get a trailer tomorrow, I will be back here with the reaction video. And then if Friday, if all that shit goes down with Asha,
Sama,
you know what I mean?
Fatality.
Yes. Thank you, Ty Gangster. We have your back. Thank you. If she decides to swing the hammer on Friday, we will not be gaming. We will be doing a MAGGCAST where we will talk about everything that goes down. Now, also, if she does not drop the hammer on the Friday, then we will be playing Forza Horizon 6. Yes, because everybody is just loving those Forza Horizon 6 nights. And if that is the case, I am going to be giving the convoy over to my friend Cerebral Paul, who has unlocked pretty much the whole map. So what I'm going to do is I'm still launching it on mine. You all join me, and then I'm just going to change positions and make Cerebral Paul the leader of the convoy, because then what happens is he can have his map up there, and it unlocks everything, and we'll be able to do some new, interesting, and more fun races. So we'll all have to play it by ear. I will let everybody know, obviously, you know, as to how everything goes. And we'll see from there. Okay, so we'll take it from there. We'll see how it goes, and then I'll let you know in a post on YouTube. So you'll get the same notification as if I dropped a video. So I will let everybody know how that all goes down. But anyways, everybody, thank you guys all so much for all the support. Grumpy Old Fart, don't forget to DM me, man. I had to talk to you about something. And so yes, we'll see you guys all maybe tomorrow if that GTA 6 trailer drops. And also, guys, you have 11 minutes. If you plan on pre-ordering the game, pre-order it now and let me know about it and tell me how excited you are. So, yes, yes, have a great night, everybody. Good night, and we'll talk to y'all real soon. Bye now.